Yes, sir. Let's do it. Big ups to Karen.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose ain't no equal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. Story Wordsmith 9 Mills. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
All right, y'all. Before we begin, the views expressed in today's pod are those of the host, any guest, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Welcome to another enriching episode of the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network. Or as we say, TATN. Thanks. All right, this is a spot where we dive deep into the intersection of mind, body, spirit, consciousness, culture. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and my late and truly beloved Mama Sky. Miss you every moment. American football stands as America's most worshipped sport, a coliseum where heroes rise and fall under the brightest lights, but beneath the roar of the crowd and the glitter of prime time. Must be the money that's turning me up. Must be the money, must be the money. Primetime broadcast lies a rigid racial hierarchy that shapes whose stories get told, whose talents remain unseen. While copper-colored athletes make up the majority of the league's star players, they're consistently underrepresented in roles that carry true authority. The NFL's playbook may celebrate diversity on the field, but its front office still reads like a history of Malcolm exclusion. At the top of this pyramid sits the NFL itself. The commissioner, the owners, and executives all crafting rules to maintain the status quo. Token gestures, like the Rooney Rule. Is Rooney? Never mind. Token gestures like the Rooney Rule ring hollow when teams repeatedly bypass qualified copper-colored candidates for head coaching and general manager gigs, and also for team ownership. In this system, rough equality among athletes doesn't translate to equitable opportunities in leadership. The league touts progress, but the power structure remains nearly monolithic and overwhelmingly white. Enter Shedeur Sanders, a quarterback who's got good genes. Okay. I want the jeans he's wearing, the brown-eyed jeans. A quarterback whose talent lit up college stadiums and sent draft analysts into a frenzy, only to watch him slip into the 5th round. His slide wasn't about arm strength or decision-making, processing ability, okay, accuracy, losing games. It was about a lingering stereotype of your copper-colored quarterbacks that are considered liabilities under pressure or lack the football IQ to process. That's a dog whistle. Process. Okay? Someone tells you you're not processing, they're telling you you're not thinking and you're dumb. Pretty much. Sanders' experience is far from unique. It is a spotlight on an iceberg of promising players, coaches, and executives who never get their chance. For every headline star, okay, like these fancy entertainers or what have you, people who win the lottery, For every headline star, there are countless others who are crushed by these invisible biases. In tonight's episode, we'll navigate the deep currents of racism that flow, allegedly, through every level of American football. We're talking about from the Pee Wee Bitty Ball leagues all the way up to the crown jewel, the National Football League. We'll trace the sport's origins and segregation, unpack how draft day becomes a virtual slave auction, okay? A reckoning for copper-colored athletes, and expose why coaching and front office doors stay stubbornly closed. By shining light on these hidden structures, we aim to confront the NFL's greatest playbook of all, the one designed to uphold white supremacy, or should I say pink supremacy, under the guise of merit. So, whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. The revolution will not be on YouTube or the internet, however. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color. Today is Tuesday, August 12th at approximately 7:19 in the holy city of Chirac, Chicago, that is, rack up. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. That's right. Here together. Bear down, brother Wordsmith. Bear down, bear down, bear down. What you manifested today, bro?
Love, man. Nothing but love. What you manifest?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, magnificent, unfettered, unfiltered. Some have said tough. Others have said harsh. But I can assure all the listeners, it's self-love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey, what's been in your been up in your neck of America since we last popped out, bro?
Well, the creator's good because I was involved in an automobile accident and nobody hurt. Vehicle's not too badly damaged, so just grateful.
Thanks, man. Facts, bro. Yeah, man. I'll echo that, man. You know, good that you're good, bro. You know what I mean? And everyone else involved is good as well. And because the creator is great. It was already written. You know what I mean? In my mind, you had no, you know what I mean? It's everything's for a reason. Once you learn that, you start zooming out. You'll figure it all out, and you'll be able to take things in stride. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nothing will slow me down. Oh, I got to keep on moving. Who was that? I don't know who made that song. All right. Yeah. All right. Anybody know? Please help us out in the chat. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. All right, y'all. What to expect on today's show? We always kick it off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. And then we have our More Growth and Development video platform. That's More, MOOR, or MOOR, Growth and Development video. And then we're going to unpack a couple of videos. We're going to react to them, okay, under fair use. And then your mind is off if you let it lie fallow. I mean, I suppose if you let it lie fallow, maybe another mind can grow out of that. I guess that could be like a meditation, but I don't know. I'm thinking too much into it. But if you don't use your mind, you lose it. It's a muscle. All right. And then we get into the topic. Today's topic is United States football is a racist institution, and the National Football League is the master. It's the crown jewel of the racism. Okay. Shedeur Sanders, tip of the iceberg. That's what we're here to unpack. Okay. I just can't help but think if he was blonde haired, blue eyed, we'll get there later. Please smash that like button. Okay. If he had those good genes, you know what I mean? If he was smart, drop dead gorgeous, worked hard, tough, you know what I mean? Raised in a two family, we'll save it. All right. And then we close it with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's where this brother is going to summarize tonight's topic. Everything we discuss, you guys put in the chat, all of the information. He summarizes it off the rip from the top of the dome into a wonderful, beautiful piece of prose set to a beat so that everybody can enjoy it. Do stick around for that. If you haven't heard that, then you've left way too early, in my opinion. Any announcements there, fella?
Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it out to the nation. Let's spread. Let's spread our wings.
Spread your wings.
2,000 subscribers.
That's
1,000
true.
would sound great. Let's go. Let's build.
So spread my wings
to the like minds.
Away to a place as I never before. Never knew all the words. Never knew any of the words. And what he said, yes. And check out Tucci's barbecue boogaloo barbecue boogaloo.
Is booze, barbecue, and boogaloo.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Triple B's. Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Be whoo.
Yeah.
Don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss that.
Like,
all right, y'all.
Lakeside is the lead band.
Lakeside?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. They served up something from Lakeside, and I'm trying to think of the song, and I'm like, man, I love the song. I've always loved it. Never knew this was the name of the band. Just yesterday. That's crazy.
The last time he had them, I was like, whoa, they made that.
Yeah.
That's
Are they from Chi?
That's who that, Ohio.
Okay. Midwest, right?
Yeah. He Tucci really loves those Ohio bands.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they stole all this swag from Chicago, but big ups. We're not taking nothing away from them. All right. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. Okay. Does anybody in the chat, maybe you're part of the Sanders family, maybe you love Shedeur, maybe you don't like Shedeur. Maybe, you're part of the NFL, maybe you don't like the NFL, maybe you don't watch it, things of this nature. We want to hear from you out there. Maybe you got a young one that's coming up playing football out there and he's being manipulated potentially maybe in the locker room. They're massaging his brain. You know what I mean? He's listening and how everybody's smart but him. You know what I mean? But he's talented.
How he should not be quarterback and receiver.
Oh no, no. We can put you at safety. You know what I mean? Running back, yeah. Wide receiver, yeah. It can be planning, thinking positions. Let us know. Let us know. Big ups to all the sponsors. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes. It's an annual glamping house music fest. Be there. You got to be there to enjoy it. Great DJs, great music, greater people, greater vibe, huh?
Oh, all of the above. It's an outstanding event. Amazing event. And like Nine said, you got to be there.
Got to be there. And then we got Tay Mills Aesthetics, licensed, bonded, fully insured, multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro. If you find yourself in sunny Southern California, you need to get those mold tags removed or anything of that nature. Reach out. www.taymills, that's Tay, MILZ, aesthetics.com. And then if you need some swag printed up on a shirt, you know what I mean? Well, she didn't do this one, but you get the gist of it. Bella B Designs 365 at gmail.com. You guys recycle your money. All of these companies are copper colored owned and operated. Okay. They might have some Venezuelans. I think I think Midwest Festivals use some Venezuelans to help set up the stage and do all of the grunt. No,
none of that.
No, you didn't get them to do the grunt work and do the work that African Americans, that so-called African Americans don't so-called want to do anymore.
No, none of that. The sound company took care of all of that.
Okay,
copper colored.
All right. I'm just asking. I mean, just asserting, rather. And then we got gym recovery. You find yourself in the Chicagoland area, that's your suburbs or also your city, and your car gets it stops for whatever reason. You know what I mean? The guys out there, they acting like they're not paying attention. But they're paying attention. You can feel it in your consciousness. You know what I mean? They're waiting for you to lead a whip. They're waiting for you. You might be in a Latino neighborhood where they'll leave it on bricks. but they might rummage through your car. You reach out to Jim Recovery. Jim Recovery. He'll pull up in a brand new flatbed tow truck, and he's swift with it. Okay, athletic, talented. You know what I mean? He'll get that thing up on that truck in less than 3 minutes and have you sitting there in the warmth or the air conditioning, and get you and your whip to wherever you want it safely. On there, fella?
Professional.
Extremely professional.
It's what he does.
Facts. You know, you might be, have your headphones ready because you might be listening to Fox News on the way back. If it's Fox, it's in his box. All right. Enough of my yapping. Let's get the show going. My fault, bro.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. Always have some very important videos that I want you to check out. One in particular, the first one, the Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which you're building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Tonight, Shedeur Sanders made the entire National Football League look like a whole bunch of petty fools. In some cases, racist fools. In many cases, Deion despising fools. Once again, tonight, Shedeur Sanders made the entire National Football League look like a whole bunch of petty fools. In some cases, racist fools. In many cases, Deion despising fools. Skip Bayless.
Skip. My grandmother used to say, you don't know what's in a heart, Skip. Skip, you don't know what's in a heart.
We know what's all in this heart, Skip. You don't do that, Skip. Don't do that. Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Closing the gap. And number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary. All right, in case y'all missed it, last week we covered angels. We put out some video evidence. Some of it could have been AI generated, but the evidence you're looking for is going to come from within. But we covered video evidence. What are they? Why do they exist? And when do they interact? What say ye, Brother Wordsmith?
Oh, as all our shows, packed with information. Man, it'll raise your vibration. Yeah. I say you should check it out.
Yeah. That's why they keep us shadow banned.
Yeah.
That shadow is trying to control things, but we're rising above it. Warm-up poll question here, there, fella. Football in the United States, I'll drop this link into the chat shortly. Football, not just the NFL, that's football, that's American football in the United States, we'll just say has racial undertones because once again, we don't know what's in these people's hearts. Okay. We were programmed like that in the 90s. That was all the whole catchphrase, wasn't it? Somebody could literally lynch somebody wearing a KKK outfit. We don't know what's in his heart until he's going to court. You know what I mean? But football in the United States has racial undertones. Simple options. Number one, that's false. Number two, that's true. And number three, maybe because you like to rub your bum on the fence out there. You know, you can't make decisions. Although I was a bum rubber last week. I certainly was. I was a fence bum rubber last week. Yeah. I don't know if it was this show. It might have been Mouthpiece Included. Was it this show? Might have been Mouthpiece Included, but I was a bum rubber. It was Mouthpiece, I think. It's rubbing my fence on the bum. Still too. Can't. All right. I just put the link into the chat. All you guys got to do is click on that and vote. It's totally unanimous, anonymous, your mamonous. And then me and Brother Wordsmith will let you know at the end of the show what we decided out here.
It helps the algorithm recognize us and invite more people to see us.
100%. The algorithm. All right. All right. Y'all know today's topic. United States football is racist and the NFL is master. Shedeur Sanders, tip of the iceberg. All right. Is this just the tip of the iceberg out there? Brother Wordsmith, did you see? We got another Chuck E. Cheese out there. Chuck E. Cheese. Did you see the Chuck E. Cheese heads?
The Chuck E. Cheese heads.
Yeah. We got a Chuck E. Cheese head.
No, I know. I don't know though, because your creative naming is you know.
Well, big ups to NBC LA. Fair use.
All right. Imagine your most embarrassing moment, and it's all caught on camera. And, oh, by the way, it's going viral as well. That's what happened to a woman when she went to Chuck E. Cheese in Burbank. Gordon Tokumatsu takes it from there.
Maybe you've heard of people getting stuck on a favorite arcade game, but one young lady at this Chuck E. Cheese in Burbank found out the hard way you can also get stuck in one as well. And if that happens, you can expect plenty of people with cell phones around to capture it. This was posted to the Citizen app. Around 3 p.m. Thursday, a still unidentified woman inside the snow day game console on her knees, her right hand stuck in a hole. Burbank firefighters took 22 minutes to free her. So how did this happen? Good question, but the answer is not that clear. We did, however, find some social media clips showing how the game is supposed to be played. You get inside the little chamber, small colored balls drop down on you from the ceiling, and while you race a timer, you put as many of those balls into that hole as you can. We don't know if she dropped something in there or if she was reaching for one of the balls, but her arm was not budging.
Would you try the game?
Well, yeah, if it's working.
We bumped into Mario Navarez coming out of Chuck E. Cheese this afternoon, and we showed him the video.
He looks like that thing from Beetlejuice.
A look inside the restaurant today shows the game
that
out
little
of
head.
commission, technicians attempting to repair it. The pizza chain did not respond to our request for comment, but told People magazine the game's design prevents children's arms from reaching the area in question. There was no injury to the young adult or any children, and the family continued to enjoy an evening of fun. Snow Day is manufactured by a company called Coastal Amusements based in Lakewood, New Jersey. We contacted them today to find out if they had any comments. We're glad there were no serious injuries, said company president Michael Dean, but he added there are hundreds of these games in Chuck E. Cheese's throughout the country, and we've never seen something like this happen before. In the meantime, that video has gone viral. Perhaps the only saving grace for the young lady is that she's facing away from the camera. And the fact that she was reportedly uninjured makes this less of a first responder emergency story and more of a, boy, I wish that had gone differently story. As for the Burbank Fire Department, they turned down our request for an interview. They told us this is a nothing story, and they simply didn't have time to talk with us about what happened.
Yeah, that's...
And they did more research on that story than any other story they've ever done. They reached out to the manufacturer, to the fire department. How about the lady? Did they reach out to her?
And why was that so embarrassing? I mean, what was she doing? How do you get your, how do you get
good
that
question. I've been researching through the comments, and apparently it looks like she was trying to. All she could say is she lost her ring, but it looks like she was trying to cheat the game.
Yeah.
And so instead of throwing the balls in there, she probably figured she could stick her hand in there and just click it and win all the tickets. She's probably trying to cheat the game. It's the only thing that makes sense. Other than that, she dropped something in there, like her ring could have fell in there or something like that.
Yeah.
But it seems like that would be known. She would have clearly just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. She was running a little nickel slick hustle, and the game grabbed her arm out there.
It was like there's no balls in the thing now. I mean, did she put all the balls in there? And what? But they took them out.
Yeah, once the fireman came. Yeah, they took them out.
Once she was stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but like you said, bro, I mean, they made that such a big story, and then the news picks up on it and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know,
seeing the back of the person, he's like, "Oh, she's got to be so embarrassed. It's embarrassing." What? Get the
yeah, we don't even know who she is
at all. So how's it embarrassing?
I think she'll do it again.
But who knows?
She literally got caught with her hand in a cookie jar, though.
Literally stuck.
Literally.
Not caught. Stuck. Her hands got caught with her hand stuck in the cookie jar.
I'd make something like that.
Yeah.
They create something like that for when the kids are sneaking cookies, or maybe you're safe to be created like that at home. The burglar comes in there. Oh, I'm going to steal his gun. You know what I mean? And then whoosh, it's stuck. Huh? It's like a little rat or, something on a roach motel. All right. U.S. Football is racist, and the National Football League is its master. Shedeur Sanders, tip of iceberg. Please hit that like button. Share the link. All right, we got one more we want to unpack. And big ups to Chuck E. Cheese. They've been in the news a lot lately, getting some free advertisements. All right, this one is a gift from heaven. This one's Inside Edition. That was literally NBC LA, the first one, picked up on that story.
Wow.
All the way out there.
Probably led the news.
Yeah. She wasn't even hot.
Yes, man, stuff.
Yeah.
Look out! That's a meteorite crashing to planet Earth. Dashcams caught the flaming trail as it blazed through the blue sky. Here it is in slow motion. And get this, the meteorite crashed into a house in Georgia. It came straight through the ceiling and left a hole in the floor.
Someone could have been very seriously hurt.
Planetary geologist R. Scott Harris showed me a piece of the meteorite after it disintegrated on impact. Here are the other fragments. It actually went through the ceiling and into their living room. Like, what happened?
The homeowner was actually 14 feet away, at a home office desk, had on noise canceling headset.
Wow.
And still heard like a very, very loud gunshot. And then actually saw little bits of debris bouncing into the room where he was at.
Get this, the meteorite is 4.56 billion years old, older than Earth itself. Now that's going out with a bang.
All right. The only thing I'm going to say is I would not have turned that over to the scientists so they can work their magic.
At all. No. You know how valuable that rock is?
Yeah, and they gave him a fake one back. He never got the original back.
No,
go ahead, bro. What you about to say about the 4.56 billion year old? Older than Earth, allegedly.
Yeah, they just nonsense. That's all. That's all I want to state about it. It's complete and utter crap.
That's what got me, bro. That's why I put it up there. I'm like, 4.56 billion years. Like, damn.
Yeah. The carbon dating, it sucks as a source. It's not a good source.
Yeah.
And
yeah, man, you got to.
How can they carbon dating that rock anyway? It's rock.
What would you do with that? Would you put it in a jar and put it on your mantle? Would you make jewelry out of it?
Something along those lines. It's first you got to make sure it ain't radioactive out the out.
I think I might make a belt.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your belt buckle. You're like a little rhinestone cowboy or something. I don't know. What would you guys do with a 4.56 billion? I mean, it came to you 14 feet away from you. That was a gift from the heavens. At least that's how the wacky ancestors would have seen it.
Hey. Yeah, broke through your house. So I guess that wasn't too good.
Yeah, who's paying for that? The aliens? Who's paying for those repairs? His insurance?
Man, it should be, but you know how that might go.
Yeah, we don't. You don't have well, you got meteor coverage, but if it's older than 4 billion years,
Yeah.
your policy won't cover it.
Yeah. So you're SOL.
Mm-hmm. All right. U.S. football is racist, and the NFL is its master. Shedeur Sanders is the tip of the iceberg. Please smash that like button. And yeah, I'm not going through this. I'm going to kill you. I mean, every show this thing pops up, doesn't pop up a little gnat any other time, but during the show time, and it knows I don't kill these things anymore. But I'm going to kill that. All right. Been putting it off. All right, God forgive me. All right. The dome teaser. Brother Wordsmith has solved it in our personal chat already. And it's up there pinned in the chat. You guys feel free to matriculate. Type in your guess. I wear a helmet and a crown. Jeered when I run, judged when I frown. My stats may shine, my record may gleam. Yet I'm doubted more than I'm deemed. Okay? All right. I wear a helmet and a crown, jeered when I run, judged when I frown. My stats may shine, my record may gleam, yet I'm doubted more than I'm deemed. Type in the guess. We'll let you know if you're correct. And if not, Brother Wordsmith will give you the key towards the end of the show. Enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, Karen, we do have somewhat of a promo video. It's related. And then we'll jump right to it.
With Shamar, what stands out to you about his skill set?
Yeah, look, I mean, he's athletic. You know, I think that was the first thing that we saw. You see, you know, explosion and power with this player. I think he's got the right temperament for what we're looking for. You know, I think we'll have to put the saddle on him and break him a little bit. I think we'll have to put the saddle on him and break him a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get him, boy. Get him.
But you know, we'd rather have to pull the reins back.
What's your name, boy?
Rather than have to whip them to get him to go. So rather than have to whip them to get him to go. So rather than have to whip them to get him to go. So you know, we're excited about working with him.
Air quotes problematic.
Moses.
Wow.
Big ups air quotes. That's Big Dick Dennis Allen, your defensive coordinator, boy. Talking about the rookie. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm a parent, I think I might call that dude and say, hey, look at here, man. No, I couldn't. Because if you do that, then your kid's going to get cut, your little one. You know what I mean? They're going to hold it against him and treat him like Shedeur.
The language that he chose, the words that he specifically said. I mean,
he would never say that about a blonde-haired, blue-eyed linebacker.
No.
Ever. I'm not saying he's conscious of it. I'm not saying he's not conscious of
it. If that wasn't slave implications of breaking and whipping, I mean, come on.
Your reaction is just like my reaction when I first saw the air quotes video. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, they simply asked him what they thought about the new rookie, and he, boy,
right.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Break him. We gotta.
You might have to break him a little bit, but we'd rather have to break him than whip him to get him to go.
Never called him smart though.
He's athletic. He's explosive. Powers through. And you see it, and we might have to break him. That's
because he's a buck. I mean, you're right. Might have to buck break him because he'll be running the whole slaves out there and getting them to revolt.
Man.
But if we can break him, he'll be great out there baling that cotton.
He said we might have to break him.
Yeah, he meant it.
But we'd rather have to break him than whip him to get him to go.
Then whip him to get him in shape, to get him to go. Yeah.
What?
I mean, you know. You think air quotes use AI to put that together, but no, that was right from that man's consciousness. Okay? And he feels like there's no problem with it. All right, let's just run through this really quick because we got to get into the essence of this sport that we all love so much. It was eye-opening research. The origin of football, American football, because we got soccer, we got rugby all over the world, we got cricket. So first off, what game marked the birth of American football as we know it in 1869? There, fella.
November 6th, Rutgers played Princeton.
Man, this is going way back. My great grandmother, who was born in 1888, wasn't even born yet. But go ahead.
Yeah. In Brunswick, New Jersey. I guess that's at Princeton or close by.
Mhm.
The match is widely considered birth of American football.
So, yeah, he's right. Rutgers, Big Ten, Princeton, Ivy League, squared off, but back then they, squared off under rules borrowed from the London Football Association, the LFA. 25 players per side kicked and brawled their way through a match more akin to a soccer game than today's gridiron, but it planted the seed for a uniquely American sport out there. Who earns the title Father of American Football? I thought it was Papa Bear Hallis out there.
Yeah, everybody says that.
He was the father of NFL.
I talked to, yeah. Walter Camp is universally recognized as that.
Yeah, and when I saw the name, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember hearing about Walter Camp, but right now, Self, they give all the credit for the NFL to Lombardi, bro. They hated the Hallis family.
Yeah, I mean, he was a piece of work. And when they were before the Super Bowl, they were dominating.
Yes. But they act like Lombardi was the only one dominating.
Yeah, because he won the Super Bowls. But before Brett Favre got there and Aaron Rodgers, the Bears were so far ahead of Green Bay, head to head.
People act like they don't know. Yeah, Walter Camp, a Yale student athlete. So he was a Yale student athlete and coach. He reshaped the chaos of college scrums into an organized contest. He introduced the line of scrimmage, the snap from center, the system of downs, and reduced team size to 11. Foundations that transformed rugby-like contests into structured American football. How did clashes between Boston game and rugby rules influence early football? Football, as you know what I mean? And I don't think we weren't at any of those schools, by the way.
Yeah. What was the question? I didn't hear the first part.
How did clashes between the Boston game and rugby rules influence early football?
The Boston game, developed by the Oneida Football Club, was a hybrid of soccer and rugby. Allowed both kicking and carrying the ball. It introduced stoppage of play and scrimmage after tackles.
Really? That was probably a fun game, man.
Yeah, Harvard played under Boston rules until pivotal match with McGill University, which used rugby rules.
Yeah, and I have to dig more into rugby. But yeah, that seems like a fun game. Soccer, football, hybrid. You kick the ball and pick it up and run with it.
Yeah.
It had to be fun, but I guess at some point they were like, why am I kicking this damn thing? I can just pick it up and throw it.
That got introduced much later. So after playing McGill, Harvard preferred rugby style, leading to a broader adaptation across elite schools. This fusion laid the groundwork for American football's unique identity.
Facts. And McGill was a Canadian rugby school.
Yeah.
And Harvard and McGill, they met in 1874. Then they merged the rule books of both those styles. And that compromise ignited widespread adoption of a hybrid game across northeastern campuses. University of Chicago started getting involved pretty early too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
things.
UFC was winning a lot of games, bro. We got Karen. We got a short video we want to run for y'all. As soon as Karen gets her head out of her butt. Big ups to Karen. Okay. There we go.
Why is it that there are no black managers, no black general managers, no black owners?
Al Campanis,
Is it that
ladies
there
and
are no
gentlemen.
black managers, no black general managers, no black owners?
Well, Mr. Koppel, there have been some black managers, but I really can't answer that question directly. The only thing I can say is that you have to pay your dues when you become a manager. Generally, you have to go to minor leagues. There's not very much pay involved. And some of the better known black players have been able to get into other fields and make a pretty good living in that way.
Yeah, but you know in your heart of hearts, and we're going to take a break for a commercial, you know that that's a lot of baloney. I mean, there are a lot of black players, there are a lot of great black baseball men who would dearly love to be in managerial positions. And I guess what I'm really asking you is to, peel it away a little bit. Just tell me, why do you think it is? Is there still that much prejudice in baseball today?
No, I don't believe it's prejudice. I truly believe that they may not have some of the necessities to be, let's say, a field manager or perhaps a general manager.
You really believe that?
Well, I don't say that they're all of them, but they certainly are short. How many quarterbacks do you have? How many pitchers do you have that are black? It's same
yeah, but I
thing
mean,
applies.
I got to tell you, that sounds like the same kind of garbage we were hearing 40 years ago about players when they were saying, not really cut out. You remember the days, hit a black football player in the knees, and no, that really sounds like garbage if you forget to say so.
It's not garbage, Mr. Koppel, because I played on a college team, and the center fielder was black, and then the backfield at NYU with the fullback who was black. Never knew the difference of whether he was black or white. We were teammates. So it just might be that why are black men or black people not good swimmers? Because they don't have the buoyancy.
Oh, it may just be that they don't have access to all the country clubs and the pools.
All right. Okay. Al Campanis, I think that was in the 80s, early 80s, when he went on national TV with that. What's your take on that, fella?
I don't think I've heard that, but there's a one that's even worse than that. Oh my God, that guy is ridiculous. I think that same interview.
Yeah, you're talking about they don't have the mental capacities to.
He said he eventually got to, well, if you do that, then there won't be any place for white people. That's what
Yeah. You're right. He was saying that because the blacks are so they're taking all the jobs.
Yeah,
they're so athletic.
Right.
No place for the white man.
Yeah, at all.
Well, never mind. Don't get me started. All right. Yeah, that was Al Campanis out there, and the fact that, man, that was early 80s, and they always say things are getting better and things are getting better and blah blah blah. Man, there's still people who are spewing this nonsense today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, crazy.
When was the forward pass legalized with marijuana? But when was the forward pass legalized, and what impact did it have?
It was legalized in 1906 and really opened the game up.
That's when the Alphas was founded. Alpha Phi Alpha.
And prior to that, it was brutal, run heavy. fatalities and public outcry.
Yeah, you was breaking up a little bit.
I said it's leading to fatalities, leading to fatalities, public outcry.
That's right. Crushing mass plays and rising injuries forced President Teddy Roosevelt, the president, got involved, prompting rule changes to open the field, legalizing the forward pass, shattered pileups, ushered in strategic depth, and set football on a path toward the aerial spectacle that defines the modern game. And they keep saying the Bears hadn't had a quarterback. That's when Sid Luckman came in and was throwing that thing all over the field. And we had a colored quarterback before then that was throwing that thing around there.
Yeah, for sure. And he was a player coach too. What was his name?
We covered it on Mouthpiece Included.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. What was West Point Academy's influence on the game? And for anybody that doesn't know, West Point is a prestigious military school, which you come out, you go officer training. It's supposed to be difficult, and for years, they didn't want to let coloreds in. But Brother Wordsmith would have been accepted. I would have been accepted. But what was West Point's Academy influence on the game there, Phil?
Well, had a significant role in cultural and competitive development, produced legendary players, 2 Heisman Trophy winners in the 40s. They emphasized discipline, strategy, and leadership. The Army-Navy game first played in 1890, and it's a tradition to this day.
So great point. Yeah, they brought that hierarchy, like the Bill Belichick way, all the stuff they give credit to these people for, and Belichick will tell you, he was influenced by West Point. I think he might have even coached there. I know Duke's coach, Coach K, had a West Point. Yeah, exactly.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, exactly. So they embraced let's see. When the Army-Navy game debuted in 1890, it drew national attention and established one of the sport's most enduring rivalries. The annual matchup proved that football could unify entire institutions and capture the public's imagination and be a big distraction, long before professional leagues existed. At West Point, coaches and cadets applied military principles, precision, drill, and hierarchical command to every practice and play. This fostered innovations in play calling, shifting away from chaotic mass formations towards coordinated movements and set-piece strategies. The Academy's insistence on rigorous training regimens also influenced how teams nationwide prepared physically and mentally for competition. Beyond tactics and training, West Point instilled a sense of honor and spectacle into the game. Its pageantry, marching bands, formal ceremonies, and disciplined sidelines helped codify football as a uniquely American cultural event. In doing so, the Academy not only advanced the sport's technical evolution, but also cemented its status as a ritual of unity, white pride, and national identity. Were there any of the aforementioned institutions in those nations we talked about, London, Canada, were any of them savage towards indigenous people or experiencing racism or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm sure. They definitely were.
Yale, Princeton,
savage.
Rutgers.
Yeah, Harvard especially, they had kept the corpse of black slaves. They owned slaves.
Yeah. And blacks weren't allowed to go to school there.
Yeah, not at all. And
or at West Point.
They took some pictures of the slaves, and because the doctor was trying to prove, we covered that on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the doctor was trying to prove inferiority, and they had these pictures and all this stuff on display. And now the ancestors, the descendants of those people, are finally sued Harvard to get the remains and everything back, photos and such.
Facts. So what we're doing is showing how the game was born in a racist nation at the time, from a racist nation at the time, within racist institutions during the time. Yeah, and it was all excluding anyone who wasn't white. Is that fair to say? Is that accurate?
Yes. For the most part.
Yeah. So then we would have been watching these games as we do today, and then playing it on the street, playing it in the top lots, playing it in the parks and everything, and being better than some of them at some point.
Yeah, HBCUs had teams, and they had their own league because they had to. Other people wouldn't play them and all of that, the things of that nature. Whoa.
Jimmy the Greek. Jimmy the Greek. Now he was a gambler. He used to come out there at halftime, come out there on Monday Night Football, and and give you the who's gonna win and who won, and give you the odds and all of that. Jimmy the Greek.
Order from WRCT.
He looks like this should be Saturday Live. The host, the guy talking.
Don't he? And Jimmy the Greek, I want to say he wasn't Greek. He's Azanaki. Yeah. Yes.
Azanaki.
Yeah, I think his real name is Jimmy Schneider Berg or something like that. But he wasn't Greek. He should have been called Jimmy the Jew. Would have made more sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Confused me as a lad.
Reporter from WRC-TV was asking questions about Martin Luther King's birthday and the progress blacks have made in society. There, CBS sports commentator Jimmy the Greek Snyder gave his impressions of blacks in coaching in the National Football League. His answers could raise as much controversy as the statements by former Dodgers executive Al Campanis last April on ABC's Nightline news program.
They was going in.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks.
Oh, that's what he said, it, Jimmy Greek, right.
For the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody,
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the
on ABC's Nightline news.
You see how slick he is? He said for the blacks, the Jews, and the Greeks. He's like, man, I'm giving away my cover.
His name is Snyder.
Like, who adds the Greeks into that?
His last name is Jimmy the Greek Snyder. So,
I know.
Come on. So
but that Jews came out, and then he's like, oh, I'm playing a Greek here. Like who I've never heard anybody say, yeah, we need fairness for the Greeks. I'm not saying we don't, but nobody ever considers that in America.
Program.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks, for the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody,
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there.
Yeah.
The only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, maybe we need to get more black coaches, don't you?
Oh, it's all right with me.
Okay, well,
I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon, too.
Take over.
WRC was apparently flooded with complaint calls after the Snyder comments were aired. Snyder issued an apology saying he was truly sorry for anything he said. CBS spokesperson said no decision has been made as to whether Snyder will work Sunday's NFL Today broadcast. Snyder is spending the night with Gene Upshaw, the Players Union executive director in Washington, and he has received support calls from Walter Payton and Ahmad Rashad.
There's a
Jimmy
lot
the Greek, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a lot to unpack there. And then we got Walter Payton, sweetness, bro. Oh, man. He giving him support calls, bro. Sweetness wanted a football team and broke his heart. They wouldn't give him one. They probably told him, if you support us in this, Sweetness, and make this go away, You know what I mean? We'll be sure to get you a football team. Him, Gene Upshaw, which proves the players' union head is a company plant. They always bring out your coloreds to come out there and say, oh, it ain't no problem with him. He's a friend of mine and he's okay.
He's a good guy. He didn't mean it like he said.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't understand him. Jimmy's a good guy.
Bosses. They did that with which we'll cover later with Chucky Gruden. Remember they had some colors to come out. Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying? And Gruden didn't even like Keyshawn, and Keyshawn was still out there. He's been so programmed.
He's trying to get his bag, actually, I think. More than anything. Keyshawn.
Okay, so that makes it okay? Selling out
No,
your people
it does not make
and your
it
morals for a bag?
It does not make it okay, but I think it's less I don't think it's better, but I just think it's different than being stupid and buffoonish.
I think it's all I'd have to say it's all the same. I hear you though.
That's a way to look at it.
And Keyshawn, no. And Keyshawn's a buffoon, in my opinion. In my opinion, you know what I mean? He's not the brightest athlete in the world. And I'm not saying all athletes aren't bright.
Well, I don't think he's very bright, but you know, that's why, I mean, people that sell out ain't very bright. So I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't consider him very bright. I just don't think he's a buffoon. I just don't think he is. I just think he's worse. He's a fucking traitor.
So he's cooning for dollars. You appreciate cooning for dollars more than just cooning for cooning's sake.
I don't appreciate either.
Yeah.
Just saying they're different.
You respect it more. I'm just trying to.
No, I said it's worse because he's a traitor.
Yeah.
Clearly said it's worse. He's a traitor.
Yeah.
I think he knows what he's doing, not just being a dummy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's horrible. That is really horrible, in my opinion.
That dude really looks like he should be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that makeup job they gave him, bro. He don't even look real, bro. You know what I'm saying? This dude don't even look close to real.
The Self Luv Show. Wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. You know how the story goes.
It's the Self Luv Show.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Luv Show goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Football races. We just got to the tip of the iceberg. Gonna go much deeper. Have some very entertaining videos for you to check out. Before you know it, we'll be right on back. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Luv Show.
We got to clear the chat after the break.
Facts.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert. Manna. Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
Shaganoski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's going to rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find, even in the desert, when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
This week it'll be a full dose of everybody. I think we'll have a good picture of kind of where the offense is as far as growing, and how Justin Fields is as far as adapting to this offense. It's a quarterback friendly offense, guys. Let's not make this thing out to be 5 wide receivers and 1,000 routes.
He still thinks Justin in Chicago.
You sounding like this shit is the wheel or something, like it's gonna change the world. Look, man, I don't know about all that change the world shit, but what I do know is that they be going crazy over this, man. I'm telling you. And the bitches, oh Lord, the bitches, yo, they do anything for this.
And to love yourself is to love others. To love others is to love yourself. And so if you don't speak negatively in your mind and out of your mouth about yourself, it's going to become next to impossible to do that about someone else.
Once you realize the science of self, because we're all part of the same being, and we're the cells of the Creator, and we should treat each other as such and accordingly.
And know that words and thoughts are vibrations.
They are things. They are actual things. They are actually...
They exist.
Yeah, and people feel them whether you know they do or don't. Whether they know you or don't. It's all in the vibe or vibrations.
Yeah, but if you got a calcified third eye, you know what I mean?
Still stuff you feel.
All you want is product. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of calcification out here.
Yeah, they still feel it.
Was some of my research, at USC. I did a survey. The question was, do you think that Jesus Christ was of African descent or European descent? Overwhelmingly, over 90-something% of the folks said African descent. I said, then do you think his ethnicity matters? They said, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm saying, it matters obviously to somebody.
It does.
Absolutely. And it matters to white supremacy. But whenever there's a book called The Color of Christ, the saga of race, I think in America, they track when, most people say, well, this is something out of Europe and, who was that? Michelangelo painted,
Yeah.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with why Jesus is white. Jesus is white because of America. Jesus is white because of white supremacy and the Klan. That's why Jesus is white. That's where that comes from. It didn't stick in Europe because they knew better.
I finally got you. I've been waiting on you since you was a kid. So this is a demon that's been plotting on me since birth. That's his assignment. And he's laughing, but I'm hearing music, but I'm looking at the girl and her stuff. I'm looking at my body dead, and I'm still able to see the TV.
So is it music or sound?
Music and a sound. All at once. Dreadful, thunder noise, drill music, demonic. Yes, it's a blended. It's a mix. It blends in. It'd be the most terrifying noise while sounding like thunder. But as you can hear it clear as day, and it's like it's in your spirit, so it sounds like it's loud. It sounds like you like screaming so loud. Because I was eventually started to peel my face off. I peeled my face off, and I didn't even feel it because I was so focused on it. I felt it, but everything was so blended. I don't even know if my face grew back. I started screaming, and I was screaming so loud, it was as if blood could have came out of my mouth.
That even the local news is ultimately both written for and controlled by a unified source, regardless of the network. Just watch this clip and you'll see how bad it really is.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these things they simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to Chicago,
South Shore. Crazy thing about it,
This platform is
It's
made
for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Self Love Show. Rocks on. We do it for our people. To expose there no equals. Tory Wordsmith, 9 mils. Know how the story goes. Yo, were you not edutained? Told you those videos produced by TATN be off the chain. And as you know, we're back. And here we go. Gonna expand on the conversation. Raise the consciousness of the self-love nation. To expose there no equals.
All right, bro. Let's check the chat real quick. We got Lalo, the DJ. He said absolutely. I think that's when we were talking about ancestral echoes. And then he gave the fist and the blessed hands.
It could have been about a few things, because it might have been when we talking about NFL races.
Yeah, but I remember when he posted it. It was back then.
Okay.
And then we got Adam. He said, "Damn racist MF." He's talking about, I think, Jimmy the Greek. He issued an apology saying, "I am truly racist." Did he?
Yeah, we have to pull that up.
Yeah. Let's see if Karen can find that. All right. What were you about to say, though?
I don't know. I got lost after he issued an apology saying they're racist.
Yeah. Why are there so few copper-colored head coaches in the National Football League, despite copper-colored athletes making up over approximately 70% of the players out there, fella?
I really think it applies to what Jimmy Greek said. Like, it's a good old boys network, and they want to get old boys in charge. They want damn, what do they call them? They want them out there. The slavers, the everyday.
The overseers?
Overseers. They want their overseers to look like them. Period. And, you know, they give some a chance. Some people do.
Do you think they truly believe that? Or do you think they truly believe that we can't process those things?
No, I don't think that's all the way belief.
Some of them believe it, huh? Drink the Kool-Aid and believe it.
Yeah, some of them believe it. And some of them give people opportunity. But some of them want the people that look like them to be running the shit. So, I mean, some of them are all the way in on that.
You know, I didn't find the apology, but this is crazy.
Guest has broadcast the NFL Today with Brent Musburger. He is a man who knows the angles and the odds on everything from the White House to the Super Bowl. Folks, please say hello to Jimmy the Greek Snyder.
Snyder.
Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
He do look like somebody you'd have seen in Jewtown. Gonna sell you some nights.
Thanks for being on the show. That's since
I can make it all even, you can come on our show tomorrow. Then tell us what's wrong with the Giants.
All right, I'll be happy to do that.
Okay.
All right. Let's. I mentioned here the White House to the Super Bowl. Since we just mentioned it, since we were talking about Gary Hart, could you now give us odds on the Republican nominee, the Democratic nominee, and the ultimate winner?
Gary Hart too. Huh?
Yeah, whatever.
See what too much love's done for you.
What's that?
It blows out your brains.
Okay.
That's mine.
I see.
Okay. Now, the Republican nominee, it's 8-5 that Bush beats Dole.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's 6-1. You can't guess who the Democrat's going to be, and I don't care who you take.
Yeah.
And it's 50-1 against Hart.
And are there odds now on Cuomo being brought back into the fray?
Well, if anybody would make them, it would be me, and I don't think Cuomo wants to run, but I would have to make him a 20-1 shot. Only because he doesn't want to run. If he would run, he'd be a 3-1 shot.
Yeah.
If Iacocca would run, he'd be 2-1. You know.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You think so?
Definitely.
What about a guy like Donald Trump, who
Donald Trump.
looks like a candidate somewhere down the road, but won't
Wow.
really say anything?
I'm glad you asked that. But you see, there's a difference here. There's a way of doing this. Donald is a Republican sort of in the middle of the road. He'd have to leave that side because Bush and Dole have that all tied up. I'm talking about the delegates. But if he would leave and go on the Democratic side.
And you remember he left, and he was a Democrat for a while.
He was a Democrat first.
Well, I don't know. According to this dude, he was already a Republican. And he's saying in 1987, if he leaves and becomes a Democrat, he'd have a better chance. This is 1987.
I get it.
He could bury all these people. Look at Hart. I mean, all of a sudden, he's #1. I mean, that's an impossibility. Now, Mr. Trump is arrogant. He's egotistical.
Arrogant. Sound like they talking about Shedeur.
But he's smart. And
Smart.
he's beautiful.
Beautiful.
And he knows how to do things.
Drop
If
dead
he would
gorgeous.
switch to the Democratic side, he could win the Democratic nomination because he knows how to put things together, put slates together in every state. He could win because then he'd go against Bush. And I'll tell you something, it would be a close election.
That's crazy, ain't it? You got this racist alleged. Well, you don't know what's in Jimmy the Greek's heart. Nobody knows. Only God knew. You know what I mean? He came out there and said he didn't mean nothing by all that. All right. All right. Why have okay, so we were talking about courses, and I think that's right. And they came up with the lies that there's not enough copper colored in the lower coaching ranks, right? So then we start becoming those coaches, but then they would only hire us on the defensive side. So then it became, it's all about the smart, hot, new offensive name. Then you take a guy like Eric Bieniemy. He was sitting there under
and
KC.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, and he can't get a head coaching job. But yet
Now he's
Dick
a running
Nagy
backs
got it.
coach.
You say what?
And now he's a running backs coach.
Yeah, under a hot, new, sexy name from a guy who never laced him up and was a tight ends coach. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you talking about the Declan?
Ben Johnson. Yeah, Declan was a hot new name, came under Sean Payton.
Ben Johnson played quarterback.
He didn't lace him up in the
college.
NFL is what I meant to say.
Yeah, no NFL.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's the old boy system. But and then anyone who says, well,
Declan is a result of that too. I mean,
yes.
he's young as
he's the hot new sexy name. They're
he
already
was a
talking
tight
about,
end coach or something.
Yeah.
And
they're
now
already
he's an
talking about
offensive
Declan.
coordinator.
Yeah, but he's already been talked about as a hot new sexy name for a head coach. I was talking to Ace about this. I'm like, yeah, Ben Johnson should have hired Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator. If he wasn't part of the old boy system. Look, Dicker was part of the old boy system. I'm a Bear fan. It's Bears first.
Dicker is an old boy.
But you don't know what was in his heart.
Yes, I do.
But I'm saying he's Dicker. You know what I mean? Get us some Super Bowls.
right.
We don't care. We don't care what your proclivities are as a
And only got
quarterback.
one. God damn it. That's
Yeah, should have had more.
Yes, that great team.
All he wanted to do was fight with Buddy Ryan. You know what I mean?
And then
But my
Buddy
point
left,
is,
and it was over.
Dick Nagy, anyone who wants to say, well, Bieniemy, he was offensive coach under a genius offensive mind. Therefore, Andy Reid was the one pulling the trigger and making all those calls. Well, that didn't stop Dick Nagy from getting a job, and it's not going to stop Declan, the guy who's under the genius Ben Johnson, the hot new sexy name. It's not going to stop him from getting a head coaching job.
No.
And they said your boy Bieniemy was too aggressive. He was too old school. Ben Johnson is running the hardest practices the Bears were seeing in 2 decades, they're saying.
Yeah. He's hardcore.
Yeah.
Offensive coach that's hardcore. Ain't that something?
Ain't that something? And you saw the defensive coordinator he hired and how he feels about Copper.
Woo! And we're going to have to break him. It's better to break him than to whip him. What? How you supposed to break them?
I don't know if that's exactly what he
Without the
said.
whipping. I mean, essentially, he said it's better to have
Oh,
to break
shit.
them than to whip them to go. I
Into
left out.
shape. Yeah.
No, he said whip them to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's better to slow him down, I guess.
Like
Yeah.
it's a horse.
Yeah. That was the whole
That's,
thing.
yeah, it was slavery and some like horse racing.
He was
Minutiae.
a former head coach too, right? Defensive guy.
Yeah, he a head
New
coach
Orleans.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a head coach twice, so we ain't got to worry about him leaving for another head coaching job.
He was twice, bro. New Orleans and where else? Atlanta, was it?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right about that. All right, that's worth playing one more time.
With Shamar, what stands out to you about his skill set?
Yeah, look, I mean, he's athletic. I think that was the first thing that we saw. You see, explosion and power with this player. I think he's got the right temperament for what we're looking for.
Right temperament.
I think we'll have to put the saddle on him and break him a little bit. I think we'll have to put the saddle on him and break him a little bit.
Yeah,
but
get him, boy, get him.
But we'd rather have to pull the reins back.
Pull the reins back,
rather than have to whip them to get him to go. So rather than have to whip them to get him to go. So rather than have to whip them to get him.
Yeah, he's talking about a horse. He's talking about livestock in his
yeah.
mind. He's talking
Yes.
about somebody that's not human.
Yes, yes.
It's.
I mean, it's where they all came down. Like, he's athletic. He's talking like it's a horse.
Yeah,
powerful. And we might have to break him a little bit.
All right. These are our guys. They're coaching our Bears, and it's Bears first. All right. I'm going to watch every game. That's the only football I watch out there. All right. I don't watch college. I don't watch preseason. I don't watch any other game. You know what I mean? Damn, they barely. I don't even think I watched the Super Bowl this year. Nope. Don't even think I watched it. Only the Bears. All right. Why have copper-colored quarterbacks historically been underrepresented in starter roles and as high draft picks in your mind?
Well, they don't think they're intelligent enough to play the position. And then they're so athletic, they want to move them to a different position. They want your
Could this be akin to what Jimmy the Greek is saying? If the blacks are taking all the athletic positions, we need to now have people stand in the pocket. You know what I mean? Because the original quarterbacks, when they were white in the early game, they used to run. They were another running back.
Yeah, because they didn't throw, especially before they started throwing. It was all running. So yeah, the quarterback was
and even when they started throwing, they were dual threats.
Yes. And
then all of a sudden, the athletic colored started being allowed in the league, and it became a bad thing to have a mobile quarterback. So it could be the same thing, Self. We got to have a quarter, because else where are the whites going to play?
It
just hit me.
They get out there. Yeah, it's some that get out there.
It's some that are athletic. I mean,
I know, and they get out there. They can play.
Steve Young, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Right? Ballers.
Definitely.
But you're right, though. It's some CMC, running back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baller.
Yeah. Sure, they're there. There's some defenders, too.
And some receivers. It's this racism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, this, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had some linebackers and some defensive ends.
Linemen, yes. My goodness.
Offensive linemen in the trenches. Yeah.
Woo. So
you're saying that we can't process. That's why we're not quarterbacks? Well, you're not saying that. You're saying that's why they haven't put us back there.
Right. I mean, it's shown over and over again that that's incorrect.
And every time to this day, bro, they're doing it with Caleb, which I said would happen, that they did it to Justin. Now all of a sudden they're talking about his ability to process information. And I don't hear them ever really suggesting that about any white quarterback.
No, they're sharp.
I can't think of one quarterback when they say he's not processing.
Oh, I can. Johnny Manziel. That's about it, though. Heisman went out of the league. Heisman Trophy winner.
They said he wasn't processing?
Yes. On and off the field.
I don't remember that. I remember him having issues because he's a drug addict and he was on crack and things of that nature. But I don't remember them saying he wasn't absorbing the information that the plays were coming in. But maybe so. Maybe so. He wasn't standing in there. He'd bail out because he
they
wasn't
said
reading his playbook.
and he wasn't reading the defense. He wasn't processing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, he's an exception. Although I don't remember it. I don't remember the day after day, news cycle after news cycle. Johnny Manziel is an idiot. I don't remember that.
No, they never said he was an idiot, but
Yeah. Yeah, for decades, to your point, stereotypes pegged copper-colored athletes as purely physical talents, doubting our leadership, decision-making, and what they call football IQ. See, they can't call you dumb, but they could say you don't have a football IQ or you got a great football IQ.
or even low IQ. They could say low IQ. They don't call you dumb or stupid, but low IQ means
low football IQ.
They insinuate it.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you say low IQ, you're gonna end up like Al Campanis or Jimmy the Greek. So they got little code words they're using, little dog whistles. A single mistake could be labeled a character flaw instead of a learning moment. So teams gave white quarterbacks more leeway to develop. Yeah, they give them more of a leash, bro. You know what I mean? It's moxie, it's swag. Joe Burrow's got swag. They talk about Caleb. They say, even Ben Johnson's telling all the players not to be so damn emotional and don't show no emotion. And I look over in a preseason game highlight, he's over there doing this so he can do it. He can do, which I like. I hated that our coaches didn't do it, but he can do this in big moments. But he's coaching it out of the colors. He's coaching it out of Caleb Williams. He's coaching it out of DJ Moore, making them be more robotic, bro. And they never coached it out of Drop Dead Gorgeous. What's his name? They just put a statue up in him in New England. Tom Brady. They didn't coach it. Tom Brady used to be emotional every game, snap every game on the high line to the coaches, to the offensive line, to the receivers, right?
Yeah. Peyton Manning too.
And they loved it. Just absolutely lapped it up like it was white milk. But all right, we got another video here.
According to the reporters, they were told that I called Alvin Garrett a little monkey. Nothing of the sort, and you fellas know it. No man respects Alvin Garrett more than I do. I talked about that man's ability to be so elusive despite the smallness of size. You had him in the Pro Bowl in the first quarter. I don't know what they're listening to. Second down.
And then so they fact checked it, and it was all on tape. He clearly called the man a little monkey. He said, "Look at the little monkey go."
Yeah, clearly.
And Alvin Garrett later came out and said, he wasn't offended by it. Do they write? Okay, black people, to Brother Worship's point, they better be writing you a damn check to come out there and say that.
They probably didn't at that point in time. They probably just told him to say the shit.
Right, or you're going to be cut. Right? Or you'll never get another contract. Right. Because the league was different. Wasn't nothing guaranteed.
Oh, man, it was brutal. Be there today and gone forever tomorrow.
Howard Cosell. Can we find that, Karen? Howard Cosell.
This is a butterfly moment for me because I thought he said about Amir Rashad.
Well, I know I can't find on here when he was calling Earl Campbell. Remember, we was watching it. He's just a horse. When he was going, look at those big thighs. And he was calling Earl Campbell a horse. I can't find that anywhere. Maybe I got to go through, try to figure out what game he was calling and find that on the internet. You know what I mean? But I can't find it anywhere, where he called the dude a little monkey, a horse. And nobody called out that was racism. We were talking about that. He's just a horse. Look at those big thighs. He's Brit. Who was talking about that he was Brit with those big thighs? Yeah, can't find that no more. Oh, no wonder you can't hear it. Let's see. This isn't it. I don't think Karen. Oh, yeah, he might have found it. Ciao, Karen.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if he said little monkey lots of times.
Adamley going to the outside, breaking tackle, finally stopped by Richmond Flowers.
You know, that little monkey, again, the theorem was that he was too small for pro football.
Howard was totally colorblind when it came to race. He didn't care. And I thought it was terribly unfortunate.
Well, did he ever call anybody else little monkeys? Any white players?
Right.
I mean, we've called people monkeys, so
Yeah.
you can't call us racist.
No, we don't control nothing anyway, so we're not part of that.
And it was a play on that. You know what I mean?
That's where it all came from.
Yeah. It's where it
Monkey.
all came from. Look at that little monkey. And it wasn't even a great it wasn't even a great run either.
You seen it a bunch of times, bro. Like I told you, I thought it was about Ahmad Rashad, bro, for real.
Oh yeah, they were saying it.
He said, I think he might have said it a bunch of times.
He has, but they were all black players.
Yes, they were all black
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
That's all he could consider a monkey.
Wow. Wow. Maybe that's why some people are so offended to be called a monkey to this day, even by their own people.
No.
No.
There's no consciousness of that. He just
Yeah. All right. What keeps black owners out of NFL franchise ownership? We mentioned earlier, Walter Payton put
White
together a
owners.
group.
They all have to agree to let somebody in.
Mm-hmm.
And the sale, do they clear the sale too?
They all have to.
Got together
All the
and
owners
bought a
have to
team?
vote.
Yeah.
All the owners have to vote that they're cool with Tory Wordsmith owning the team. Yes.
Yeah.
It don't have to be unanimous, but it's got to be majority.
Yeah.
So you're talking billionaires would have to approve, and that's what broke Walter Payton's heart. They said no.
Yeah.
And all he did was the right thing his whole career.
They didn't care nothing about that.
Well, they named the Walter Payton Award after him.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Simples.
You do us like the government does us. Give us a holiday or give them some token as
symbols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no money with the Walter Payton Award, their name on it.
His family's getting nothing from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. NFL teams cost billions and rarely change hands. So ownership is essentially an invitation-only club of ultra-wealthy families. Generational wealth and insider connections dominate purchases, shutting out entrepreneurs and minority investors who lack that scale of capital or established relationships. Well, I'm calling cap on that a little bit because even when we get the capital together, it's like, bro, back in the day, your money's no good here. You know, that could be used in a positive way or a negative way. Brother Wordsmith comes into a bar I owns, he orders a drink, he offers me money. Hey, look, bro, your money's no good here. But
Bill
it could
Cosby
also be
tries to buy NBC.
His money's no good there. Correct. I walk into a white bar in a sundown town, and I order a beer, and they tell me my money's no good here. They're not going to serve me a free beer.
Right. You get on out of here.
Man, they making phone calls too. Yeah. You think those cops that pull up are there to, keep everything calm? No. They're the posse.
Yeah, they're the main instigator because they can just say, "Hey, give me a license and let's take you into custody," and it's all over.
Put you in handcuffs. All right, we got Big Dick Enberg. Big Dick Enberg here.
Becomes almost as important as the game itself. There was such an occurrence this week, and Dick Enberg has some thoughts on that. As a young reporter many years ago, the great Red Barber defined the real challenge of being a sportscaster to me. Richard, he said in that soft Southern style, what makes this job uniquely difficult is that we go to a game, turn on a microphone, talk 2 or 3 hours without a script, turn off the microphone, and not remember a single phrase we...
I'm calling Cap because I be remember like when I go back and watch this show, I'll be knowing exactly what's about to come out of my mouth. I'm calling Cap, bro.
said. And indeed, there's never been a broadcast when I've listened to the tape afterwards that I hadn't wished I'd said something better or was surprised at what I actually had said. But in the booth, we are live at game time. We have no proofreaders. There are no rewrites. Microphones don't come with erasers. And there are times when we all wish they did. All of which is to follow up on the amazing overreaction by some to the Cosell call of the past week. When Howard first defended himself, claiming he hadn't even made the Alvin Garrett comment, I believe he really didn't know.
It's amazing how they defend each other, bro. We need to start doing this instead of piling on all the damn time.
That he said it. And Howard Cosell doesn't need me to defend him. I don't always agree with his style or his self-appraisal, but I do admire his talent and considerable contribution to the sportscasting profession. And Cosell, a racist? That's totally absurd. To the contrary, his record in support of blacks and black athletes is to be admired and applauded. And where are the voices for...
He's not just a racist. He's a racist and a liar.
...his positive contributions? Alvin Garrett wasn't offended. He reportedly thought it a compliment.
See?
Goodness.
Alvin Garrett said it was a compliment.
Bullshit. Find that video. I don't think it exists.
That's what I'm saying. They got to be writing checks to these people.
Seem so eager to criticize and yet so reluctant to acknowledge the good things that are reported. Give us our deserved criticism when we are truly offensive or undutifully...
That's what we're doing.
...insensitive or consciously unkind. But the furor over this, as my late grandfather used to say, what a waste of good time. Why, it's just monkey business. Or...
Wow.
Or, can I say that? This is Dick Enberg, Shea Stadium, for NFL.
Wow. Big Dick Enberg is joining the We Don't Know What's in His Heart club.
Dick.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. He's just Dick Enberg. Yeah.
The fucking dick.
They just come out there. Is it the Illuma booty? Hey, your number's called. You got to go out there and defend some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Sent down from high.
Uh-huh. Probably came from the NFL commissioner. Why are black general managers so scarce, even as teams preach diversity? In your opinion?
I mean, most of these are going to roll right back to the good old boys want to see good old boys.
Oh, they want a link. Go ahead. We're going to have a mouthpiece included. First, unprecedented. Some of these guys, the mouthpiece included hosts are going to pull up. Yeah. But say that again there, fella.
I said it's more of the same. Good old boys want to see good old boys. They don't want to allow shine. Some of them don't want to shine, want to allow a shining from copper color out there.
I agree. Hey, y'all, the link is pinned in the chat if you want to pull up. Ace said deep-seated racism. Oh yeah, Fran Tarkenton. Was Fran Tarkenton? What did Fran Tarkenton say? We have to pull that up. Remember Fran Tarkenton?
He might have said he didn't process or something because he used to run around holding the ball and all of that. I don't know if that's what he's talking about.
I think Fran,
or did he say something?
I think he might have said something insensitive. We had Vince Evans with a Matt Nagy game plan and 0 receivers. Well, this guy, Ace, he loves Vince Evans, who's a great businessman, and they don't talk about that. They like to talk about all of us who go broke.
All of the quarterbacks when we were, in high school and around that age, early, all of them got a lot better when they left here. All of them.
Yeah, they were given token chances like the way they tried to set up Shedeur Sanders. They would try to set them up.
Harbaugh played better elsewhere. McMahon played better.
I don't know what you're thinking against McMahon. He got us a
I have
Super
no
Bowl and had
thing.
us in the
I have no
playoffs
thing
4
against
straight
him.
years. He played great for the Bears.
He was a good quarterback. he
played
wasn't
great for the
great.
Bears.
He wasn't a great quarterback, but he played better when he was more accurate, and he might have had because he had great blocking. I don't know what it is.
He was in the desert and wasn't playing on the lakefront and didn't have wind blowing in his face. All right, we got the mouthpiece
That's what he be.
co-host in the building as well. He must have something in his crawl. What up, Diesel? What's your point about Fran Tarkenton? And then what else is generally on your mind so far?
Well, you guys were saying you were mentioning like the white mobile quarterbacks. And Fran Tarkenton was the quintessential white
Got you.
mobile quarterback. He was before. I mean, he was Russell Wilson before Russell Wilson.
True.
In the 70s.
You're right. And remember Don Majkowski. They loved it when he ran around like crazy too. Loved it.
Yeah. Tarkenton, though, I mean, he was really, 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's
he
a
went
good point.
to like 4, and they didn't win one. I don't know if he went to 4. I know he went to like 3.
But he didn't say nothing racist.
No. I was just referring when you guys were stating the white mobile QBs. I was like, oh, Fran Tarkenton.
So why do you think the black GMs, quarterbacks, and coaches and owners, why do you think we don't really exist?
Oh, that's systematic. So you got to understand, when owners pass away, they get to leave that to their family. So there is no sell the team to the buyers or whatever. It's the next in line. The guy, Indianapolis owner, he just passed, Jim Irsay, right?
Mm-hmm. And he got it from his daddy.
Yeah, and it's going to be passed down to his family. The McCaskies, the Bears.
Dallas McCaskies.
Yeah, it's passed down. So that's pretty much a lot of the their grandfather grandfathered in. It just keep on going until you get one every now and then that decides to sell it, that the family decides to sell it, and then you can get like a group of investors, and sometimes you get a minority in there, and more than likely you don't. Look at the Lakers, the buses. They selling the majority of they franchise.
Didn't Washington get into something or whatever and had to sell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on that. Which brings me, one of the things I wanted to get in was on that note, kind of with the Washington aspect of it. That whole thing, how they caught them up talking just all kinds of blatant stuff within the organization.
My goodness, it was just reckless.
But they didn't force the Raiders to sell, did they? With the Chucky Gruden stuff, and that stuff's about to come out. Supreme Court said the NFL can't bury this in arbitration because they said it's conflict of interest to have the commissioner be over it when the commissioner is one of the defendants. So these emails are about to come out, bro. Before
it's got to go to, but it's got to go to. It can go to the U.S. Supreme Court. So it ain't been broke. It hasn't been released yet, but that's what Gruden
wants to do.
He's basically saying, okay, you caught me saying all this stuff, right? But
I wasn't emailing myself.
Right. Who was he talking to?
If it's 10 other people in them email chains and they're all saying stuff,
or
you
laughing,
only pick me out.
Right. Singling me out. So I could be fired and you could take my money.
Yeah. Now, does it deserve to be fired? Yes. Okay. Let's not get that wrong.
We're not defending Chucky Gruden. But I won't even watch a podcast no more. I forgot who brought him on there. Watto and Sylvie brought him on their podcast. I ain't watched their podcast since. Go ahead, though.
But if there's other people, and from what he says, these are like well-known individuals in the NFL that have said and done different things that you're gonna be like, what? So, I mean, but it takes somebody like somebody like Keyshawn Johnson, who put Gruden on blast years ago before all of this stuff.
He put him on blast, but then he defended him. He came out there and was defending him on national TV when those emails came out. That's what I was explaining to Tori. Like, that shit made no sense.
But then he went back in on him. He was still saying, like, that's who he is. But you seen him, he's like, that's who he is. He was like, I knew that when I first started dealing with him. So,
and he wasn't just racist; it was homophobic tropes.
Oh, homophobic, racist, blatant, like prehistoric. In terms of like women and all of that stuff. Man,
we got Big Ace in the building. Another mouthpiece included host. What's in your craw, fella?
Yeah, it's all a bunch of racist crap. Matter of fact, the teams weren't worth billions until maybe the last 20, 30 years. In the last 40 years, who's been ahead of the damn owners? Jerry Jones. Do we know what's in his heart? Yeah, we don't know what's in his heart.
No, we don't know what's in Jerry Jones' heart. Although he was standing there when the black kids, the copper-colored children, were trying to gain entry into the high school, to the university, and he was there with the Klan. But he said he was just a little boy, and he didn't know what was in his heart at that.
He just wanted to see what was going on.
He was just hanging out,
his explanation,
smoking cigarettes. You know what I mean? That's all he was doing. And we all know the young ones was the worst. We all, everybody, family will tell you that. They was the ones throwing the rocks and spitting on people and dropping the N-bombs.
Yeah, well, they had the little rifle that Grandpa gave them, and they come from right behind the elders and pop a cap and then run back in the house, and everybody protect them because they're just kids.
Well, what's y'all take though, man? And when we've been showing all these people, and they always seem to run out some copper colors. They always seem to run out copper colors to come out and say, for instance, if somebody came out and said my high school coach, and he said some racial things, I couldn't imagine me coming out in defense of it and saying that's just how he is. You know what I mean? So, and Tori was saying, like, Keyshawn did it for the bread, which I get. Are they literally saying, hey, look, Ace, we'll write you a check for this amount of money. We need you to come out here and defend Coach Pingnator or, Coach Fitz. You know what I mean? And would you do it?
I'd give the finger to both of them. They're brainwashed, especially when you're indoctrinated into a program like a college team or NFL team. You're the property. They always speak of my owner. My owner wants me to act a certain way, and my owner wants the team to behave a certain way, and my owner wants us to be.
My owner don't want me interacting with my daddy no more.
Yeah,
right. They say my father's bad news.
Yeah, my owner didn't even want to draft me, but now my owner doesn't want my dad to come to the games, to be a distraction. And my owner probably has me still listed at 4th on the depth chart with a bunch of bums. I mean, they could at least put them behind Flacco and the other guys that are hurt. Why wouldn't you have your starter for the game at least 2nd or 3rd on your depth chart? I don't know what's going on. Well, we know what's going on. We just
Coach
don't know
always loved Flacco. He's probably in heaven right now. Flacco.
Flacco ain't gonna do nothing but make them at their best bet. It make them a 500 team at their best bet.
If Shedeur Sanders was Flacco's age and Flacco was a hot blonde-haired, sexy new rookie, cocky with swagger,
Flacco would be the backup.
Yeah, Shedeur would be cut. Correct. So, Super Bowls or not, you know what I'm saying? Because he was also ran in the Super Bowl. They didn't win because of Flacco.
No,
because of defense.
No, the defense and special teams. They got a kick return for a touchdown, and but Flacco at this point in his career, he's good as a backup to come in and fill in a few games here, there. He can still keep your team at whatever level that they're currently at for a few games.
He can mentor Shedeur and teach him how. Yeah. Maybe don't wear the legendary chain today. You know what I mean?
But if I'm Cleveland, you got nothing to lose by letting one of them rookies start. We already know what Kenny Pickett can do, which is not at the best. At the best, he be like Flacco. So I mean, what good is that? So you may as well. I'm saying at his best, he would be what Flacco would be. Yeah, and, you know.
And Gabriel's smaller than Kyler Murray. What's that?
Gabriel sucks. I mean, they're talking about they should be cutting that guy or putting him on their practice squad.
You got to let a rookie start. It's just the perfect timing to let one of them rookies start.
Bezos always gotta let the rookie start. No, you don't. You hold the clipboard.
I think at some point a rookie is going to start before the end of the season.
Yes,
but I'm not going to pay. What did they give Myles Garrett? $40 million a season, and then step out there with a rookie.
But it gives it gives your whole organization, when you start the rookie, hope. You can the fans and everything, they'll feed off of that.
No, I can agree with that, but I don't agree with you have to. I don't agree with you got to start him. Yeah. It's like saying you gotta make the neophyte president of the fraternity.
Well,
it's like saying that.
If you look at
you know
that
what
team,
I mean?
you done
it
gave
could happen, but you don't have to.
$250 million guaranteed to a dude that ain't played for you. Really, gonna be 2 seasons in a row.
Bears should pick him up. I'd take a flyer.
Fan base, they got to be upset.
I'd take a flyer on him and let him show Handy J. I mean, our quarterback probably needs a Handy J.
Well, I would have took a flyer on Shedeur when he was sitting around for 5 damn rounds.
Well, we're ahead of ourselves. We're not talking about Shedeur yet, but we're going to. All right. We got Obama.
I believe that us honoring our flag and our anthem is part of what binds us together as a nation. And I think that for me, for my family, for those who work in the White House, we recognize what it means to us, but also what it means to the men and women who are fighting on our behalf. But I'm also
riding the fence.
Trying to remind folks that part of what makes this country special is that we respect people's rights to have a different opinion and to make different decisions about how they want to express their concerns. And the test of our fidelity to our Constitution, to freedom of speech, to our Bill of Rights, is not when it's easy.
The fact that they got him answering to this young punk sergeant right here is looking like he wants to slap the president. You know what I mean? For somewhat supporting Kaepernick is part of the deep-seated American racism.
But when it's hard, we fight sometimes so that people can do things that we disagree with. But that's what freedom means in this country. And so, my hope would be that as this debate surfaces, we're always reminding ourselves that in a democracy like ours,
why is it so hard to spit these words out?
There's going to be a lot of folks who do stuff that we just don't agree with. But as long as they're doing it within the law,
the word salad,
then we can voice our opinion objecting to it.
So it's a word salad.
So this is scripted, and he's trying to make it sound like it's not.
No, that's coming straight from off of the top of his head, which is why he's pausing.
Yeah,
and making sure that he doesn't
either
say the wrong
that,
thing.
or they prepared him well to make it look like that.
Yeah, look at all those damn military members behind him and around him, probably carrying guns and ready to
skinhead right behind him.
Yeah, kill the damn president when they get out of there.
You remember they made him apologize to the FOP? You remember? Yeah, they made him apologize on the national TV to the Fraternal Order of Police after see if Karen can find that. I forgot what happened, but It was killing us. It was killing black people, black men in the street. Obama came out and made a comment about it in support of the brothers and sisters, and he later had to apologize to the FOP.
F the FOP. And matter of fact, that's why Kaepernick was kneeling, because the police was killing black people.
Exactly.
Now, that's what he should have been rambling and saying, like, yeah, how do you feel about the NFL players refusing to stand? Well, I didn't know that they're not standing because the FOP is killing black people.
But he was supported by the FOP, and so was Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I mean,
distorted out there, Ace. Little distorted out there.
Am I? All right.
I mean, he's passionate.
Sounding a little radical.
Pull it back.
It's also their right.
No, the radical is fine.
And I think that it's also important for us to recognize that sometimes out of these controversies, we start getting into a conversation, and I want everybody to listen to each other.
Okay.
So I want Mr. Kaepernick and others who are on a knee, I want them to listen to the pain that may cause somebody who, for example, had a spouse or a child who was killed in combat, and why it hurts them to see somebody not standing.
See this guy's face? The fact that he's sitting there looking at a standing president and he's wearing that uniform, this guy should have been thrown. I'm not military, Diesel. This guy should have been thrown in the goddamn brig. If I'm his commanding officer, he's thrown in the brig for at least 3 months. You don't sit there on international TV looking at your president like this. But because this man is copper colored, he feels like it's okay to do that. He would not look at Donald Trump with disgust like this, wearing that damn uniform.
I also want people to think about the pain that he may be expressing about somebody who's lost a loved one that they think was unfairly shot. And,
that they think was unfairly shot.
One of the things I always say about American democracy is it can be frustrating, but it's the best system we got. And the only way that we make it work is to see each other, listen to each other, try to be respectful of each other, not just go into separate corners.
Okay, we've heard enough of that. What's y'all take? This is going into the Kaepernick. He kneeled, and that was the president's a response to it.
Word salad. A lot of nothing. Explanation and pausing and thinking of some shit to say.
Yeah, he was clearly riding his fence on the bum. With the bum, he was playing both sides of it. He didn't choose a side, in my opinion. Diesel, what's your take on this?
I thought he answered it the way, if you're in that position or whatever, that's how you gotta answer. You can't answer it. That's right. That's right. He kneeled, and that's right. I'm supporting him 100. You can't do that in that position. If you do, you're not going to be in that position very long. But he said without being dramatic about it. Like, look, that's what this country is. You get to exercise how you feel, and you get the right to protest. And as long as it's within the law, there shouldn't be no big problems.
Correct. And I feel like if Donald Trump, if this was in reverse world, and the white folks was kneeling about whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Donald Trump would come out there and kneel with them.
I mean, I never heard them while that was going on. You start to see different clips about people saying what the anthem really is, right?
Yeah,
and how it was altered and all of that
Turn
stuff.
Your camera on, bro.
They quite frankly, man, they could change the national anthem for all I care. I mean, they could change it. It still is coming from that same era where we were catching hell. that song along with
You've heard the original lyrics, right? The verses that have been removed.
They removed it, but it's still from that same original
Yes.
stuff. So I got no problem with them redoing that, man, because it's coming from that same old timer. Same thing with a lot of the parts of the Constitution coming from that old section where we were catching hell. And
so you're saying he was being presidential?
Yeah, he was, to be honest with you.
And I don't know if he didn't check that dude and that dude's CO after this whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because ain't no way in hell, bro. I'm sorry. If I'm leader of the free world, I'm not gonna have some master sergeant sitting there looking at me like he's sucking on a lemon, bro. Like he's in charge of me. That is hierarchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can yeah, he could have caused some backlash, but I mean, even within the military, that stuff is racially
Yes.
biased and controlled. It's everything in this society, and it ain't just America. There's nowhere to go in this world to escape it, unless you go in one of the damn articles or something. That's about the only way you can escape what's planted throughout this whole entire nation.
And football had its birth pretty much in the military.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
The whole formations and setting up and moving as one and as a unit and all that.
The discipline, how to stand on the sidelines. That's
Yes.
probably why kneeling was such a big deal. They still had the planes flying over it, you know what I mean, at halftime and doing all of that, the flags and stuff. It's like American nationalism is what football is.
Yeah, it's and for a lot of people, it's a weird, awkward feeling because in one sense, you love your country, right? And you hear the song and you love your country, but then on the other sense, you like, man, this country's fucked up.
For many.
Yeah, for many people. And that's the dilemma that you get, especially for us as Black folks. That's the dilemma that you get, whether it's military, sports, all of that stuff. You know,
I got a question. Go ahead.
Go
You were
ahead.
saying something, Self?
No,
I got a question for y'all. How do NFL owners employ coded language or symbolic gestures that serves as dog whistles, reinforcing racial hierarchies that we were just discussing without stating them outright, like some of the gentlemen we played videos of?
He's athletic. Boys, he athletic. He moves around there.
You need to get an agent.
Yeah. We might have to pull the reins back and break them.
But I would say they talk about culture, right?
Yeah.
Fitting our culture. You know, when you really break down and start asking, what does that mean? Whose culture?
And when they talk about culture in what, like football or whatever?
Yeah. The owners would be talking about, you know, he didn't fit our culture. Or we need to change the culture, or we need a culture change. Yeah. We assume they're talking about winning and lose. Okay. The reason the Bears didn't draft the guy I wanted that Philly moved up and got, the defensive tackle, right? He didn't fit our culture, but he goes on to Philly and wins them a Super Bowl single-handedly, pretty much.
That's a cap. He didn't single-handedly win shit.
Well, he got him there. Hurts didn't fit our culture. You know, he wasn't standing there and couldn't process. There was a lot of stuff about Jalen Hurts. He went all the way in the third round, for God's sakes. Or was it second or third? But we passed up on him.
Yeah.
Didn't fit our culture. Couldn't pass for 4,000 yards.
Well, he was catching it throughout college. I mean, he had to transfer from Alabama.
Yeah.
I think he won 4 college state championships, at least 3, I think 4. And one in the national, one in pro in college, and then what? Lost in the championship in college. Went to 2 chips in college. Won one, lost one.
And then he went to Oklahoma, and I think he led them to the playoff, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had them. He got them to the playoff, if I remember correct.
Yeah,
I
he
know
did.
they did. I know they did well under the season he was there, but Saban bumps him for Tua. So I mean, he been dealing with it since he been in college for the most part. He's been going through it, so it's not surprising. But he shrugs the stuff off. I don't think stuff like that. Now he's not a weirdo to me like Caleb is, but he's got his own little weirdo. I don't even really. Yeah. He's like stuff, regular stuff that you see bothering other quarterbacks and stuff that are good or great. It don't really seem to bother him like that.
Who hurts?
Yeah, like the criticisms and stuff when they get on him.
He's a winner.
It doesn't really bother him like
no. It bothers him, but
I mean, it
so
just
he won't even put on his championship ring because he don't want to get complacent. He won't even put on his championship ring, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? He's saving all that to the end of his career.
I honestly, his life expectancy in the NFL, it doesn't seem like it's going to be long to me. So he better get all he can get.
You say the way they got him running that tush push too.
Yeah,
that's a dangerous play for quarterback. They wouldn't have Joe Burrow or Josh Allen running that all game.
You remember last year? I kept saying, man, he looked like when he running, he's constipated. Like he was there every time they were doing the sweep or something. I was like, he don't look right. But
hey, let's talk about the pundits and the color commentators. All right. And Tori will tell you, I was saying this. I told him and his brother back in the 90s. I'm like, bro, whenever they talk about black players, they're always athletic. They're always, talented. They always got unmeasurables. And I said, and I noticed it in playing high school football. That's when I started seeing it. I was, they didn't want me to play, but I was on the team. And whenever it was the white players, they're always smart, hard-nosed, worked the hardest. You know what I mean? And then whenever it was black players, we were just good. Benji Wilson, rest his soul, was just good because he had the God-given talent. Nobody's going to talk about him working out 12 hours a day on his own, you know what I'm saying, and hooping all day, every day. No, it's the God-given talent. So my question is, in what ways do pundits slip into the dog-whistling rhetoric when praising clean or disciplined teams, and what underlying stereotypes are they activating?
Man, you see it.
He's able to process.
You see it. You can hear it and listen to it all the time. And you can, and you know what's funny? You can actually tell because there's some good commentators out there. And I'm talking about non-black commentators that you may hear calling games. But those guys, they're never like the top marquee guys.
No, they'd be the local guys. Yeah.
They're not usually the top marquee guys.
No.
But you can almost tell when you hear them calling games that they've kind of grown up closer to the culture than other ones. And so for them, it seems like it's more of a respect that they have when they're doing the games. And hell, most of the time they're giving like props and stuff. Though, and I'm talking about just those ones that are that I consider good.
And when some of those do slip into the national figure, when they would say if Tory's quarterback, and if I would comment about how smart he is, they won't comment on that. They'll just gloss over it and go straight to something else. But they'll gush over a guy like Brock Purdy. They'll gush about how smart he is and how he's they'll do it all game, every quarter. He'll throw a screen. Look at how smart. Look how quick he got that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, great drop off. Drop that off.
He's
an athlete grabbed it and made four people miss.
System quarterback. Just the system he's in. It had a little offspring named
He
Kirk.
had 5 All-Pros on offense with him his rookie year. 5 All-Pros were part of his offense, Diesel. You could have quarterbacked that team.
Now, you know who I never heard him say, like, so we can do this comparison. Baker Mayfield, who we all thought was done, and we got to give him credit. He battled to where he's a regular starting quarterback.
I mess with Baker. The only reason I would push back on him is because all of the, you know what I mean? I was just comparing. Like why ain't he getting the drama like everybody else? Because he was a number 1 pick.
And I'm going to compare him to Geno Smith. He was gone. I mean, we thought he was garbage and going to be out the league. And somehow or another, he stayed a backup, and he actually stayed a backup longer than Baker, and revolutionized. It turned itself around. But you don't hear
under Shane Waldron. That still amazes me. That he did so freaking well under Shane Waldron.
But they gave Shane Waldron the credit. Just like when Justin was able to win 7 games in Chicago, they said that team rallied behind Eberpuss.
Man.
They get it all wrong all the time.
Yeah, they don't give Geno Smith enough credit for what he did, and he was thrown to the wolves. He was already, he was pretty much done. And I give the Raiders credit that hey, they signed him. I got to give them credit. They went out and signed him, make him their starter.
Yeah,
got to give them props for that. But that's just one thing you rarely.
They traded for him and then signed him.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Raiders coach who also coached at Seattle. You know what I mean? He won to win ball games.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, yeah, and I don't think he's got that racism in him. You know, even when he was at USC, he had a bunch of copper colors out there.
I don't think he does either. I think he remember he was the main reason they didn't beat the damn Patriots. He was so in love with Russ.
Russell, yeah.
We want to throw it.
He was like Bob Hambrick. They want to prove to everybody they could play a certain way instead of just going out there and
just
kicking
go out there,
everybody's ass.
win with the talent that you got.
Kick everybody's ass.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
he goes to Bob Hambrick though.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
You talk to people on them teams.
Well, today Raiders head coach John Gruden.
Yeah, he put a lot of people through college. So, I mean, nothing but a great man. We got Ace back. I'm going to play this quick video. Chucky Gruden, y'all, speaking of the Raiders.
Today Raiders head coach John Gruden addressed an email he sent 10 years ago that reportedly
turned out it was
used
a bunch
racial
of
imagery to describe DeMaurice Smith, the head of the NFL Players Association.
All I can say is I'm not a racist. I can't tell you how sick I am. I apologize again to D. Smith.
He red now.
But I feel good about who I am and what I've done my entire life. And I apologize for the insensitive remarks. I had no...
and he only apologized to D. Smith and not the whole community, culture.
You know, I had no racial intentions with those remarks at all.
Michelin lips?
Raiders players were also asked about the email today.
He was very honest and upright with us before, you're going to have to help me on the day, but before that article came out, the morning before that article, we didn't even know about the article. He just told us exactly what he said in that email. When we left that meeting, it was like, dang, that sucks, man. He probably regrets it. He does.
Oh yeah, Derek Carr got something in him. We don't know what's in his heart.
He wish, he taught us. He told us, like, men learn from my mistake.
I've been around this guy for 3 years now.
There we go. Here's the colors.
I've never felt a certain type of way about him. You know what I'm saying? He's never rubbed me a certain way, like that type of way. I mean, what he said was what
he was wrong. This dude was rubbing me this way before the emails even came out. What was you saying?
Right. Well, how did he rub him? I mean, he said he didn't rub him a certain type of way.
Right.
Must have rubbed him. So he got up here and talked for him. He must have rubbed him a different kind of way.
He rubbed his bum.
Yeah. And Gruden was one of the first ones to start talking about processing and quarterback IQ and all of that. He you know.
He said at the end of the day too. But I mean, I definitely trust him. And I mean, man, it was 10 years ago. I mean, people grow.
Oh, it was 10 years ago?
Yeah, that's
allegedly.
The NFL has not announced any disciplinary action against Gruden.
It was 10 years ago. People grow. All right, what's y'all take on that?
Yeah,
Chucky said he was
if
sorry.
they-
He's not racist.
So we got the copper-coated player saying that it was 10 years ago, and he's not racist anymore. Well, it was 10 years ago. He's not racist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nothing to see
it's
here.
all a crock.
Nah, them wolf tickets.
I mean,
I ain't buying that stuff.
Yeah. He wants to get back into the NFL one day,
They say if he was,
but he knew he was going to get fired.
he ain't gonna play. I don't think he'll have a job in the NFL again. Because he alienated too many different people.
Maybe he could be a running backs coach.
No. He. How old was
Consultant.
he? How old was he when he made those statements?
They claimed 10 years ago, and this is what, 4 years ago? So Chucky's probably what, 50, 55, so probably 40 when he made them down. And there was a bunch of emails.
If you're making them statements when you're 40, right?
You set in your ways.
Yeah, that means you've been doing that for years. You just been undercover, like a lot of people are, right? And they can hide behind it throughout their jobs or whatever, but whenever they're in a comfortable environment, they can laugh and joke. How many times have we seen in recent years in courtrooms, attorneys or judges doing stuff, chatting with people, texting people, all kinds of derogatory stuff about people who they're
judges.
And you don't know their true colors until you get caught.
That's tripped out that they got anybody in our society called judges anyway. That's
correct.
That's tripped out.
You got to call him Your Honor.
Oh my God.
I'd have fired him. I think I told Ace when we covered this on Mouthpiece. I'd have fired Chucky even as a copper-colored owner. Not so much because of his idiotic statements, which I'd have found funny, but because you're dumb enough to use the company email to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. You know what I mean? That's like sitting up at your desk and you pulling up all type of nonsense on the computer. Come on, bro. Even when we was at the yeah, they tell you all this stuff is being monitored, and you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I would have been like, bro, I can't trust you with no information.
I'm the head coach. There's no way.
Yeah.
That's indictful of the culture, because he's saying who he was emailing through that. Nobody said nothing.
Oh, correct. He was emailing, but see, they hold it, and then they got something to use against you. That's what his whole thing is. Why did this come out, and why did it come out now, and why am I the only one being fired for it?
Because there was other shit said by other people on the emails.
Yeah, it's bigger than Gruden.
Because I think it was those emails were part of the Redskins thing. So
yes,
it was part of the Redskins thing, and that was when they needed something to go with
to steal that team.
Yeah, to getting rid of that owner
that they didn't like.
Yeah, you're right. They used that to get rid of the owner. Because I remember the Washington thing. I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
But Snyder was a racist.
Just sell that shit.
But
in basketball, they did it to the Clippers. They did it to the Clippers in basketball.
Same thing.
But the problem is, y'all saying they did this to them and did that to them. The Clippers only got $2 billion. I think Dan Snyder got $6 billion damn dollars after coming out as a damn racist.
$6 billion. You know, but then they gave a minority ownership to a minority.
Him being a racist, Dan Snyder. Remember, they were doing
sexist, misogynist,
within the organization. I mean, that was like, that was bigger than the racism that they had going on. They were the way they were manipulating them. Nah, that was fact.
Not in my eyes.
Oh, okay.
How might coaches use seemingly neutral terms like leadership or intelligence? You guys are parents, well, at least most of us, a couple of you are, as intelligence as dog whistles to question the capacities of copper-colored players?
Well, they use that a lot. I mean, talking about the ability to process or not, and he doesn't process well. Yeah,
he's not showing leadership. Your kid's hitting 4 home runs a
whistle.
game and he's on the bench because he's got leadership problems. Go ahead, Tori. My bad.
No, it's just foolishness. This dog whistle, like talented. He's naturally talented. Great athlete. Great athlete. Nothing about their mind.
Or the work that they put into it.
Yeah.
Like you played at Leo with Smoke. I guarantee you Smoke didn't get like that from just being a great, how many great athletes can't play a lick of basketball?
Man, he wasn't even a great athlete in
athletically.
High school. Yeah, that dude, he won every race, every lap.
So he was a hard worker.
Man, he worked harder than anybody that I've ever seen. And next thing I know, he in college. Next time I see him, I'm like, it's the transformation was incredible. He grew a couple inches and just filled out like, I was like, damn.
Because he was putting that work in.
Always. That was the hardest working person I've ever been around, like athletically.
Pick up Smoke. He was great to compete against too. I mean, I could say the same thing about Tracy Webster. That's how Webb was. He wasn't the most athletic guy out of, he was just, every time you saw him, he had a basketball in his hand and he was working on his game.
See, quarterbacking to me, and it doesn't get said enough because they use that word processing now.
Wait a minute. You were against, what's your quarterback's name? Go ahead, bro.
It's
the color guy from Chicago.
They don't.
Vince Evans.
A lot of it is it's instinctive. And I don't know if you call it instinct talent. Your instinct to play quarterback, is that like a talent? I don't know.
Yes.
Is it considered like a talent if you just got like natural?
There are instincts. There's some people who have the instinct for driving, for quarterbacking, for
But most quarterbacks, regardless of the color, have an instinct for that position. Now, you can put in, some of them got stronger arms, some of them accurate, and then you can put in work and study and do all of this to make yourself complete. But if you look at the majority of these quarterbacks, it's natural instinct for that
if there's
position.
an old boy system and an umbrella above you and they want to get that white boy the job, then they're going to put you in the bed. Go ahead.
That's what I was getting to. Is like, if you're all here, and for the most part, y'all kind of got like this instinct for the position, then what's separating as you start to go to all the other things that make you great, the black ones from the white ones. And then what you were just saying, they putting all of these other things on them as opposed to treating all these dudes fairly. What was y'all were mentioning the quarterbacks earlier that y'all said
Vince Evans.
The white ones that you guys were saying get criticized for not processing.
Oh yeah. Tori mentioned one.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
Well, what about Ryan Leaf?
He's a drug addict too.
Yeah, he couldn't process nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
he didn't get dragged through the mud like the way they're doing Caleb and like they did Justin Fields.
Yeah, Mills' whole thing.
You hear him talk about.
They don't say he doesn't process. We all see that these people didn't process and couldn't.
But they don't sit there every game, every play. Look at him holding the ball.
They never talked about Tim Tebow.
Correct.
Like he couldn't
Tim
process.
Tebow was a first round pick.
Couldn't process shit.
Holding that ball. Correct.
The only person I heard,
Rex Grossman.
Sexy Rex
Grossman. Stephen A used to be on Tim Tebow's head. He used to drive, what's his name, crazy?
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, because Skip was his number one cheerleader. He rode shotgun.
I'm not gonna say I was a Tebow guy, but I again, my thing about that whole thing is I'm not a wins and losses are a quarterback stat guy. When I was in high school, we had a brilliant guy. I can't think of his name. It was in honors classes. He ended up starting safety. Brilliant. Came into school like sophomore year, and we had a white boy. He was the middle linebacker and quarterback, and he sucked at quarterback. Dog middle linebacker. Terrible quarterback, and everybody knew it. The brother was way processing everything. The white boy wasn't even processing. And when I tell you this brother didn't get a snap at quarterback, bro. That's the stuff that
you can be a safety receiver, but you can't quarterback.
Yeah, and the dude was brilliant. 2-parent family, spoke well. You know what I mean? Like this dude.
I mean, your coach, man, shit.
Frazier. That was 40 years ago, man. You know they didn't want him to be no damn quarterback.
Hell no.
Yeah.
With basketball at the same school. I mean, shit.
Oh, they wouldn't even put me back there. They weren't listening to my hallowed grounds of Ray School. You know what I mean? I told them I led so many lunchroom championships. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even give me a chance. But what they told me was you're missing camp because I'd be at basketball camp and all that. So they had their.
No, I was talking about you in basketball. They put the
coach's nephew.
Nepotism. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Joey was cold though. I ain't taking nothing away from Joey Frazier. But yeah, they should have played me. They should have. Yeah, he'd be begging to come out of the game. They wouldn't even throw me in there. You're gonna start next year, but you're not gonna get any time this year to get your feet wet.
Get you ready.
Joey was cold though. Yeah, Joey. I ain't gonna take nothing away from him. He was cold. That white boy had game.
Hey,
wasn't
man,
the best defender.
Smoke played the entire game 27 times out of 33.
That's what I'm talking about. As a coach, that's dumb shit.
Entire game.
Yeah.
And he had Torrey. He had Torrey, and we be playing. And guys asked Torrey.
I played with him occasionally, but yeah.
I mean, but he had Torrey, bro. Like people would tell you about Torrey's game, and how can you have a guy like this? Your coach was like, and mine too. They was friends, They was like the dude that just got fired from the Knicks. If you're the starter, you're going all day, and I don't care how good the backup is.
Play 7, it doesn't matter. That's it.
Nah, he was running horses.
You 7 guys are gonna fucking win it for us. And you 7.
Thibodeau was running
I need
horses.
y'all for practice and everything, but be ready. But you 7.
Yeah, that was their philosophy.
Shit.
Yeah.
Instead of running waves of players at other teams, running waves of players.
Y'all should, man, y'all was deep as hell, bro. That's why I used to pick Leo every year because I thought y'all coach would wake up one year because we used to play y'all in the illegal game. I thought they'd wake up once a year and start playing the waves, and he never would. 7, 8 players.
That was probably the game I played the most in all season. Was the illegal game?
Yeah.
Dude held me back, man.
But you had baseball. See, they'll pigeonhole you. And you were a smart kid. He's an honors track. They pigeonhole you.
He wasn't worried about no damn baseball.
I wasn't there. Felton was there after that. Felton was
That's what I'm saying. They pigeonhole
while I was playing baseball.
Yeah. Can you and they hold it against you? It's different nowadays, though. You know what I mean? But they don't do that. But that should be a strike against you. It's not like I'm running in the street selling loose squares and game banging. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing a whole nother damn sport. Who's the athletic director around this bitch? And what's wrong with y'all?
There's some retarded people, I'll tell you that much.
Can you point to moments when players themselves engage in dog whistling, whether in interviews or in social media, and how that shapes locker room culture? I remember Tom Brady did a lot of dog whistling.
Shit, we got a Cole Kmet.
Yeah, Cole Kmet. He's a dog whistler.
He's a dog whistler with no dogs. Yeah.
No dog.
Yeah. Well, he's only got one more season with the Bears, so.
He's still in camp. They throwing passes to him and they getting picked off, and they still blaming the quarterback. Some of the local media is finally starting to say, was that Cole's fault? Did he come out of that break? He ain't making football plays. And Justin Fields pointed that shit out 2.5 years ago, and everybody hung Justin for that. He said, I thought Cole Kmet was going to make a common sense football play.
The guys like that talk to the press a lot.
Yeah.
But they're talking to the press, and their results on the football field they're not even close to equal to the amount of time that they talk to the press.
Correct.
I don't like guys like that.
No.
I'm like, they're tremendously overrated.
He's playing the media game.
Yeah,
the media game got him a second contract. The media game got him a second contract. Got him out here like people talking like he's one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL, and this guy hasn't done diddly squat for the Bears.
And it'll get him a third contract.
We'll see once for somebody else, because he's out of here after this year.
Well,
they're not going to pay him $12 million to be a second banana on the Bears.
Those guys who dog whistle will get groomed to be commentators for NFL sports, national TV games. Cole Kmet, don't be surprised. Remember, you heard it here. He'll be sitting up there, continuing his dog whistling as a commentator with one of the Monday night football games or Thursday night football games. You'll see Cole Kmet up there at the end of his football career. I promise you.
Probably so, because he's
look
doing
at
more
that
time
monkey
trying
go.
to do that. Yeah, he's doing more of that than he is.
We might get back
producing
to
on
that.
the field.
I remember when I played with Justin Fields, he had trouble processing. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit he'd be talking about. He can run though. He was athletic. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, my God, he's the greatest athlete I've ever seen.
I mean, Cole Kmet, man, I don't even think this dude knows how to route run for a tight end.
You see, the rookie is getting open. Colson Loveland is getting open.
And you never seen Kmet getting open like that on a regular.
He has to be wide open to get the ball, and then he never makes anybody miss. And every time he gets tackled, it looks like he'll never walk again.
Yeah. Man, he's overrated. Overrated.
Yeah, well, they're loving Bilbo Bajan. They loving him. Ace said after that game they won't be praising him no more. Shit.
The Nevada Supreme Court ruling means that former Raiders head coach John Gruden's case against the NFL will not be handled in a courtroom, but rather behind closed doors with an arbitrator. Gruden filed a lawsuit in 2021 against the NFL for contract interference and conspiracy. The High Court ruling Tuesday overturns a lower court decision finding for Gruden in denying the league's motion demanding the matter to be
look at this judge.
in denying decision finding for Gruden.
Sarcastically. Oh my God, this judge. Oh my God.
Junk pearls. I mean, come on.
Oh my God.
Fake hair.
Is this Judge Judy, knew she was gonna be on TV today?
She's playing a role.
I'll just throw on my pearls and my wig and let them have it.
Finding for Gruden in denying the league's motion demanding the matter to be resolved through arbitration. In a 2-1 ruling favoring arbitration, Nevada.
I mean, you can't tell me you don't know what's in his heart. For that player to come up there, I played with him and he's never see they you should be able to know. Yeah.
I mean, certain players, I mean,
probably
again,
a job on the end of the bench, and
if he doesn't like a player,
he a good guy.
I'm sure those players that he doesn't like, can kind of see these things that other players that he may like and tries to and mask it and hides it. They're gonna think nothing of it. Like, I never seen the guy do nothing wrong. I never got that impression.
And what you mean by like his athletic ability, his ability to fit his system and help his team win so he can get paid more money. You don't mean like him as a human being.
He makes plays.
No. Playmaker. It happens all the time.
Out there.
GMs will draft a player that they want. The coach didn't want him and wanted somebody else, and you're like, no, we're picking him. Now you coach him, deal with it.
Right.
So, a lot of times those players get the short end of the stick with that coach.
Right.
The Supreme Court Justices Alyssa Kaddish and Christina.
Not a black person in this whole courtroom. I've been looking at this whole thing, and he ain't racist. He ain't even smart enough to put a black person on his defense team.
Gruden's employment agreement.
He got a jury of his peers.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't know any black people. He doesn't know any black people. Why the hell would they?
He coached millions of them. He's got to know some black people.
Yeah, they wouldn't go to court for him.
incorporated the NFL Constitution by reference, and he agreed to arbitrate this claim under the arbitration clause. Gruden has presented no contract defenses that make the clause unenforceable. Justice Linda Marie Bell was the sole dissenter, agreeing with Gruden's argument. I would hold that the clause does not apply to former employees. I would also find the NFL Constitution arbitration clause unenforceable due to unconscionability. Gruden's attorney, Adam Hosmer-Henner, says he plans to appeal the full 7-member state Supreme Court, hoping that they will agree to hear the case. In studio, Ryan Ketchum.
So he didn't win. So the NFL won, huh?
No, the NFL hasn't won. The NFL is appealing the ruling that they got.
Because they was trying to dismiss it, and it's moving forward.
And basically they're saying, the NFL, your cases don't go to court. They go to the arbitrator to decide. That's
the Nevada Supreme Court rules former Raiders coach John Gruden, NFL, going to arbitration.
No.
But they were saying,
I think that's before. That was the
no, that's what that just said.
Yeah.
That just said it was going to arbitration.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying he's a former employee, so we don't need to go to arbitration.
Yeah, that's what Gruden argued, and that's what they basically got the decision that he's not. That's what the one who sided with him is saying. He's not a former employee, so he's not bound by those NFL laws.
We ain't processing.
Or he's not a current employee.
we gotta get somebody white or pink up here to process this.
What?
All right.
But the NFL is appealing it to go to the regular Supreme Court.
So the NFL wants to go to regular court.
Well,
they would want to go to arbitration.
Decision. No, they wanted it's arbitration, but it's basically like the arbitrator is kind of like in cahoots with them, so to speak.
Correct.
So,
the NFL would want arbitration. Yeah. It's in their contract. That's why when you get a job, they'll say any disputes is going to be, handled through binding arbitration.
But he's no longer an employee of the NFL. So that's what he's arguing is that there is no arbitration for me because I'm not in the league anymore.
But did they rule in his favor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I initially thought, but after just listening to that, I'm like, wait a minute.
Modern football in the NFL.
All right, but here we go.
This is football in the NFL.
Ben Johnson. I know everybody loves him. He's a hot, sexy new name. I don't know what's in his heart, but I'm starting to question it. My spidey senses are tingling. Now, he speaks on Caleb Williams. Tell me if you hear any dog whistle.
Modern football in the NFL is quarterback driven. That is no secret. You can look at analytics. Right now, quarterback success is a higher predictor of winning and losing than turnover ratio, which is
old boy system. See, if you could be a quarterback whisperer, you can get all the money.
It's been for 20 plus years. Okay, that's changed. So there's no doubt Caleb played a large component into my decision. He is a phenomenal talent.
Phenomenal talent.
That had, as many quarterbacks do, an up and down rookie year. Where I see my role is as a supporter of him. This offense will be calibrated with him in mind. We're going to build this thing. This is not simply a dropping of a previous playbook down on the table and starting there. No, we're ripping this thing down to the studs, and we're going to build it up with him first and foremost, and then with the pieces around him next.
Now, all that sounds somewhat good, but he didn't use the word smart.
No.
He's so much more comfortable right now, even yesterday. The walkthrough yesterday, just in terms of moving around,
Listen how they talk. He's so much more comfortable. They was talking about this with Justin Ace. He's getting them. He's getting better at getting them in and out of the huddle. They don't talk like this about white quarterbacks, bro.
Go from gun to under to the tight ends are moving, the receivers are moving. We're adding a few more every single day, and so I think his process, and I told him this on the player day off. His
actually never said it about
really
Beijing
right now. I'm talking about how he's prepared.
At all, never once.
I'm really
no. We're gonna get that.
Tight ends are moving.
Yeah. Oh no, and we got that. Great call, Self. We got that evidence coming.
The receivers moving. We're adding a few more every single day, and so I think his process, and I told him this on the player day off, his process is really clean right now. I'm talking about how he's preparing. I'm really pleased with it. He's doing the work behind the scenes that no one else is seeing, and we're starting to see the dividends being paid from it.
Okay, he's doing the work.
Let's talk about some live tackling, which
To your football team, it's a mindset. Really smart about it. We're not looking for today.
let's talk about your quarterback. It's what everyone wants to talk about, and measuring growth over the period of time. You're on now your second week of practice so far. How do you measure the steps he's taking and the progress that you want to see from him, and if he's doing that?
Just the acceleration of giving him a play call to how quickly we can get in and out of the huddle.
You see?
We're always judging.
That's pretty important.
Yeah, giving him a play call and how quickly he can process it and get him out the huddle.
And critiquing the pre-snap process, the footwork, the decision, the accuracy, all those.
To Self's point, he said none of this about Bayesian. So either that same Bayesian's getting it right away and this guy's mentally slow, or, but just the whole conversation about it seems like I don't see the point.
Things, and slowly but surely you see improvement in each one of those categories.
Slowly.
And so the result in terms of completion, incompletion might not be there, but all the little other minutiae, it's starting to add up.
You only get so much time with him on the field. You get to talk to him and be in meetings with him, whether that's in the quarterback room or one-on-one. And he mentioned he's like recalling plays in the car, using his notes app or voice memo.
See, it's like a kid in the slow class at William H. Ray.
To make sure he can get those play calls down. What do you notice about the way he's approaching the meetings and the questions that he's asking you, that he's starting to pick things up? It's like learning a new
language. Yeah, is he retarded? That's how they think of us, but I'm just going to go on.
Yeah, it's the maturity of a young quarterback, and you see that growing. You have to put in more work behind the scenes when no one's looking than any other position, probably in pro sports in general. And I think he's really come to understand what that means. I think having great coaches around him with JT Barrett's doing a phenomenal job.
Suggesting he's not putting in the work and wasn't putting in the work.
Taylor and Declan.
No, he had terrible offensive coordinators and idiot coaches.
And
at least JT Barrett
8 games. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, at least JT Barrett is talking to him this year as opposed to what the hell was going on last season.
And nobody watching film with him or any of that.
Well, Colored Brown was a quarterback's coach, and they wasn't gonna let his black ass help another black quarterback processing.
But a veteran like Case Keenum really can't be understated because he knows what it looks like. He's been with numerous teams. He's skins on the wall himself.
That's right.
And so he's got a great support system around him. And
black skins.
And Caleb's been more than willing to put in the work himself.
You're throwing the kitchen sink at him. Most people are like, is this offense going to be like what we saw with Detroit? Is it going to be a totally different thing? When you, I guess, are in the office late at night, how's your process of evaluating what you saw at practice that day, still going through the install, but saying, hey, maybe we want to add more of this here, less of this here?
All right, enough of that. Yeah, Torrey said it. I didn't hear him say, oh, this guy's smart as guy, smart. I didn't hear that at all.
No, he's not.
Talent.
Just talent.
Can do a lot of things, but
he's getting it
slowly but surely. These are words that he uses. It's positive phrases, but still dog whistles.
Yeah.
And it's not his quarterback. He might not like the fingernail painting and the bringing the purses to the locker room either. Shit, he might not like that either.
My spidey senses are tingling, just what Ace just said and what you had said about Justin Fields. This is bro. This is like Groundhog's fucking day.
Yeah. And if he knows if Tyson Bajan's in the game, we're in trouble.
And he knows he can extend his career just like because he don't care about the black GM. He knows his career because every coach can get 2 head coaches. So he's okay throwing Caleb under the bus because right now he'll get another quarterback to groom. And that's going to give him another 4 years easily.
Well, he's making a boatload of money. He's here to win. And I think that they know he's here to win. He should be here to win.
Well, it would have been about shit. It's yet to be seen, though. We'll see when the calls that are made, because I've been a Chicago fan all my life.
Right.
I've seen so much crapulous
That's
behavior
right.
and bullshit that I believed in for a
That's
couple of
right.
weeks.
That's right. He's hearing fancy talking coaches and GMs come around here promising this and promising that. You even had the McCaskey family. He finally said he wants to see some results. He's like, I got the coach that their job wanted and all that. He's like, it's results fucking time.
4-2 last year, and thank God we had the dysfunction and rupture of the whole situation and lose plenty of games you could have won. So we got rid of a lousy, horrible regime at coaching. Some terrible
should have got rid of
coaching. They should have got him new coaching in the door when he got here. But
should have got rid of the GM
like Mill
too.
says, rerun.
Should have got rid of the
same
GM.
shit.
Would y'all feel different had we not blown those games? We still fired Eberflus and the offensive coordinator, all that, and that team finished 8-9. Would y'all be feeling different about Caleb? Because to his defense, he did take us down. They gave the ball to the damn lineman one game and he fumbled.
Yeah.
You remember that?
That was in DC. Yeah, it was at the damn game.
Yeah. I mean,
different situations he performed. We seen that he can bring us back
when it's
close
time
games
to do something
to put us in a position to win,
yeah,
tie or take the lead.
Yeah,
he was doing it. It's just
Yes.
other stuff that caused. I mean, we
he's
don't
streaky,
know how,
bro.
we don't know how our season would have went if we win that game in Washington.
Yeah, period.
Ace was at
then
that
we
game.
were what, like 5-2 if we win that game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
There would have been a whole lot of good talk about
the
Caleb.
whole dynamic of your season. The whole dynamic.
Even the Green Bay game that Torrey keeps bringing up.
We got cheated out of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he blocked the field goal. We'd be feeling different about Caleb had we beat Green Bay twice last season.
I don't know.
No, we acknowledge that
I say thank God that it
clutch.
happened as everything happens for a reason. It happened as it was supposed to because we had a bozo at the helm.
When I go hard on Caleb, Ace be like, Caleb's our quarterback. Now I'm trying to, give Caleb some because
we mostly agree that his biggest problem is when he starts the game and we're like, what the hell were y'all doing with him pregame? You weren't warming him up?
They was calling him, painting his fingernails.
You got to warm him up like it's game time.
Yeah,
so when that game starts, he goes 3 and out more than anybody I know on the first drive of the game.
They were telling him how great he was, but that's coaching, to Torrey's point. That's coaching. The quarterback's coach wasn't even talking to him. The offensive coordinator. So I asked Ace in the preseason game, I don't know if all y'all watched it, what was our coaches doing on the sideline? And they said that every position coach, even though it was a meaningless game, but the game matters, they were coaching. You remember, I was asking all the last two seasons.
They were into it.
Our players just be sitting over there by themselves.
To the end of the game.
The whole game.
All of them just be sitting over there. I'm like, nobody's coaching them.
Nobody.
Man, that last regime was idiocy. I mean, how the fuck? You got a new head coach. You got a new GM. You got a new head coach. You got a new offensive coordinator. You got a new defensive coordinator. You got
a new quarterback.
Every fucking body.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that make any fucking sense?
Everybody's done.
Hey, look, I wanted to.
Not at all. None.
The thing we were speaking about with Gruden, right?
Yeah. Does Ben Johnson have Chucky Gruden in him?
I want to highlight two things. So that decision that they made.
Find out where he's from.
Was a 5-2 Nevada Supreme Court decision. And it was based on, they found that the league's decision to force his complaint in the arbitration proceedings overseen by Goodell.
That's what I'm saying.
The target, but that was what they ruled on, the 5-2. But look, at the same time, another part of they decided for the league where they could move the civil case into arbitration. And they were like, the dissenting justice was complaining on that one. Yeah. But so it's two different things that are going on with their court. So the one thing that they sided with them that it
shit.
And then the other one you can't. But
so you're gonna get get a job back and never get hired?
No, but the other
And
one,
they-
even the one that they cited for him 5-2, they said that the league can appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. So that's probably where that's going to end up unless they come to some sort of settlement. Because remember,
Self, you got it. You got to hear this. So he's born in Charleston, South Carolina. Red flag number 1. Early life in college. On May 11th, he was born in 1986. His father, Don Johnson, was a high school principal programming the kids who coached at Idaho State.
Are you sure he wasn't on Miami Vice?
Miami Vice.
He's a tourist.
Idaho State ace. So we got Charleston, South Carolina. We got Idaho State. And his mother, Gail Johnson, was a middle school teacher telling all the little copper-colored kids they're never going to amount to anything and have realistic dreams like, you know what I mean?
Be a garbage man.
Plumber or running back or something. You're not going to be a quarterback. I'm not
We
saying
don't know what's in it.
we don't.
I mean, the dude was the #1 pick last year, and he said he's, a part of the reason that he came. So
he did say that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's saying he's picking it up. He might want him to pick it up faster or whatever.
Listen,
but he
two
said
things could be true. He can be racially insensitive and still be a great coach.
Slowly but surely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
just saying,
I don't know what's going on there or what have you. The verbiage is at least a lot better than some of the verbiage we played earlier that was just really out of hand.
Oh yeah, it's a lot, but it's always 2.0. 3.0, the verbiage is always upgraded. A dog whistle is a dog whistle. But I hear you. No, this is just my
spidey
like
he
sense.
wants to work with him, and he came here for it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they all say that when they want the job. I'm sure. The GM said he wants to work with Justin Fields, and then as soon as he got here, Diesel knew I was going there. And as soon as he got here, he started talking about, well, we got to see if we're going to resign.
Yeah. See what's going to happen.
So we don't know what's in it.
We're good.
Go ahead, Ace.
I mean, I think his verbiage, he's breaking this entire offense down in order to build it back up. With all these new players, he's got a new quarter.
Right.
And the skill set of the players that are going to be here.
Right.
Because we got 90 players right now, and a lot of these guys are not going to be here anymore. And some are not going to be here next year. So if you're building your team to get to a point where you're challenging for the playoffs every year, you got to set up a system that's going to succeed year after year. And I think that's what he's trying to do with Caleb.
And I told you
slowly but surely.
I told you on the last mouthpiece, I'm confident that Ben Johnson, all these problems Caleb's having in practice, he's not going to be calling all that shit during the games. He's going to be calling the shit that Caleb could do well and that the team could do well. He's coaching the way.
He's already said that he's going to throw as much at him as he can and then work with what he can work with well.
Yes.
So
he'll be in the shotgun a little more if that's what it takes.
They
You know what I mean?
play the whole first half this upcoming game.
I agree. But
because
if he comes out there and looks good.
But I don't know that he will.
No, they're not going to play the third game.
Right.
People trying to make the team going to play the third game.
Yeah.
So, and you didn't play him this first game. You didn't even play him for a series.
I don't think they're going to play him.
If they have an 11-play drive, that's going to be it for Caleb.
I think
you know what I mean?
It was a mistake him not playing game one.
Yeah.
At least get something on film, or
he ain't processing.
Get the ones.
Even Mahomes played.
He ain't processing
the first game. He played like the whole first quarter.
Everybody played.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
I mean, they act like they got 4 preseason games. You don't.
Yeah.
And he's been phenomenal. I mean, he's smart as a whip.
Now look how he talks about Tyson Bates.
He's been phenomenal. I mean, he's smart as a whip. appreciate the seriousness and intent that he brings every time he walks into a room. Meeting room, walk through, it doesn't matter. He's locked in. He's focused.
You see this ace, he ain't talking about these are my friends and we having fun.
Teammates feel that from him.
Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, he's not well, Tyson Bagent wants to make the damn team. He know he got a chance to go down to third string or practice squad or maybe be out of town. So
love the fact, he'll throw the ball and he keeps working through his progressions just so it goes home with exactly where everyone's going to be in case he had to move on. I think he's taking this seriously. He's preparing the right way, and I couldn't be more thrilled that he's here.
If you read between the lines, Self, it's like he's saying Caleb isn't taking it seriously and he's not preparing the right way. Am I reading too much into this?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, because he talked a lot about his preparation. He's doing the right thing. He's about Caleb too, working on the outside of it. But he, I mean, he's saying it about both of them about that part. But I mean, I think that Bagent can call the plays and get in out of the huddle better.
He can.
So
this is a fact.
It's a fact. That's what everybody's been saying.
Right. So I'm not sure
it's not that hard for him.
If Caleb is going to play any during the preseason, I'm not sure.
And that's probably a natural thing that he has, where getting.
Well, he played 4 years in college too.
It's not that
in a pro,
hard.
Absolutely.
In a pro, he played 4 years in college, Diesel, with a pro, type of offense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think that
yards.
matters.
Yeah.
Now, what he can work on is all these dinks and dunks that he throws. He's always throwing to a guy that's got the one person that's contesting his receiver of choice. Every time he's throwing them with the guys like right on him.
Well, he could have had 3 or 4 picks in that preseason games.
Man, I'm telling you.
He does not have a great arm, and I don't think he's processing.
Come on, he's doing 1,000 burpees. He burpeed from 31st Street Beach to Rainbow Beach.
It's not. He does not have a gun. That's what I said about him every time. He come in and relieve some shit, but he's not your savior. That's for damn sure.
No, he likes to throw into coverage too much, and when I say coverage, I mean like if it's man to man.
I promise you.
The guy that he picks to throw it to, the man is right there with him.
Near him. Yeah. And other people are wide open. Because I was like, I was pointing out people wide open on his shit.
We got to watch this video.
You know what I mean?
So it's not processing.
That's what they're saying.
He processing. He just picking the wrong dude.
Right. That ain't processing.
I thought.
Right. He don't process.
So are you telling me you just want me to get rid of the ball quick and it don't matter where I throw it?
That's, the person is kind of open. It's tight coverage.
Yeah.
But there are people, if he'd have went to his next motherfucking thing, he would have been somebody wide open.
And remember, he was throwing the backups too, Diesel. If he was throwing to guys who knew how to block, body out, you know what I mean? He was throwing the backups, Diesel. So those players he was throwing to probably didn't have a skill set.
No, the other guy came in behind him and he was throwing
Case Keenum.
Yeah, he was hitting some open dudes.
And plus he is a backup. That's who he throws to in practice.
Yeah.
And Case Keenum played in this system before. He played under
also Case Keenum came in and was probably playing against 3s and 4s. Well, Bagent started played probably one series against the 1s and then played against some 2s and probably some 3s in the first half. Case Keenum didn't play against them. But Case Keenum, he been in the league a long time.
All I'm saying is nobody on this coaching staff is called any colored player smart. I've been watching all the interviews and pressers, and they have not called one colored player smart. And if you go through that, I didn't kind of pull it up. Every white player they talk about, smart comes out of their mouth every time.
Smart as well.
Every time. I wish I was making this up, y'all.
Focused.
They don't even call their GM smart. Now, I guarantee if the GM was white, they'd be calling him smart.
Yeah, no, I thought both of those guys operated at a high level.
He's talking about the preseason, Case Keenum and the other dude.
Yeah,
we've been having, some ups and downs over the course of camp, just operation, pre-snap penalties, and all that. And I felt like we weren't 100%, but we were pretty smooth. I mean, there were some things that got thrown at us over the course of the game, whether cover 0 or You know, they're playing base to 11. You know, and so
He looks like he might be doing meth.
things are changing pretty quickly there, and yet they were able to stay calm and composed and make sure we were organized and gave us a chance to have a good play. So I know it wasn't all fun and games out there in terms of
Fun and games, Ace. I'm telling you, man. We was talking about Caleb talking about how much fun he's having.
Funny games. My buddies
getting yards and all that.
Working out with
I
your
thought they
buddies.
did a great job keeping the unit going.
Caleb, you talking
What
about
kind of sexual was Caleb?
auto.
Autosexual. Autosexual. Okay.
Self, they be asking
Yeah.
questions in the presser, man. Our local media. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. We having fun out there. Bro, y'all fumbling snaps. Y'all lost 10
Man,
straight
this-
games. I don't think, hey, Diesel, I don't think, this is a business. You ain't too far gone to see that.
Right. He's not
He
packing them
got no.
in.
You ain't got no fire under his ass. There's no competition in his room. He's their guy.
He had his own
Nah,
apartment when he
listen.
was in high
Even
school.
if he got competition, he is a weirdo to the extreme. That is not going to make him one bit of difference. If he had Patrick Mahomes in that room with him, he going to be the same kind of dude.
He gonna be the
just don't-
same dude.
He don't think like that,
Yeah.
man.
Mm.
You know,
On a-
it's just
on a-
out there, man. It's out there.
On a bench on another team.
It's like, bro, they pulling you in, talking about you're not hitting your nut, you're not hitting your numbers. You know what I mean? It's a serious meeting. Everybody's in there with business suits. You know what I mean? The firing manager is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're sitting in there and you're like, hey, what's going on out there? Oh, we're having fun. You know what I'm
We're having
saying?
fun.
Y'all
We're
not
trying to
having
get it
fun?
done.
Y'all not having fun? Come on, man. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping. I'm not selling and y'all tripping.
Yeah, and I don't think he gets that.
Let's give it a chance before we talk about what negative things that could happen that have not happened yet or may never happen. So you know what I mean?
I think one of those vets they brought in need to smack the dog fire out of them when they come in there talking about they're having fun. These guys out there playing for their families and their lives and trying to get a damn job.
I
And
think
he's
it
out there
will
having
happen,
fun.
Ace. They weren't gonna do it when he was a rookie with the C on his chest. But I think this season they're gonna reel him. The vets are gonna reel him in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we got some real vets this year. Some
All right, but
guys with
this is
some
what I
experience.
wanted to talk about. Shedeur, y'all. And then we can wrap it up. This is Coach Stefanski. And you guys
Right.
tell me, you played sports, you've coached sports, you've attended Chicago. This is after the W. After the W.
Hey, is that Carrot Top with his knee down there? You look,
It sure look like that might be his cousin.
you look just like him.
Patty Mahomes. All right, now look at this. Look, just listen what this guy's post-game speech is to the team.
All right, fellas, hey, that concludes that block versus Carolina. That compete block, that's it. And guess what? That block that we just got completed with that practice versus them with this game tonight, this football team got better. This football team got better this entire week by stacking these days, by competing versus them out there on the practice field, by competing versus them on the game field. 0 giveaways. Bless. 0 giveaways. Okay. Special teams. Buki. Takeaway. Oh yeah,
Bookie. Booger.
On
Booger with a
defense,
takeaway.
Takeaway. Oh
So he's mentioning players.
Yeah.
So that's +2. You win football games when you're +2. That's a hell of a job. We have a ton to learn from this football game, okay? Whether you played this game or not, there's a ton to teach off of. There's a ton to learn from, and we will. And when we're going to learn, we're getting back late tonight. We're back in at 12:15 for a team meeting. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Explain to me how you can have a player maligned in the media that you weren't giving any snaps to that comes out there and shines on national TV. He know the whole world is watching, being Shedeur Sanders. Explain to me how you don't mention his name and you could talk about no turnovers and you don't talk about a rookie who came in there and didn't turn the ball over.
Well, you
Somebody
could have said
please.
touchdowns. Well, if you're gonna say the turnovers, which helped them win, you could have called out the touchdowns. The guy who threw them
And
or
say
ran them
nothing
in,
about it.
and the guys who caught them.
Correct. And the guy
don't know
who
what's in his
throw
heart.
interceptions.
It was because the man who threw him.
Yeah, that's,
and really, it's probably because his father.
a lot of this comes from their angst for his father. That's where a lot of this stuff comes from.
Why do they hate Prime so much?
It's just because of his confidence, his bravado, his mystique.
Man,
remember, Prime was rapping and stuff.
Well, I said Shedeur should
playing.
Must Be the Money too. Shedeur should do a song right now. Go ahead, Izzo, though. Go ahead.
But that's what they just had so much, but it was nothing they could do because he was so damn good. It was just like nothing they could do.
I heard Shedeur's jersey selling out the ass. I heard he got
it is.
He did a big bonus
in his contract. Yeah.
And you see what I mean by the Cleveland people. That's why I say you got to start this, brother, because the Cleveland people are so. Look at all. I mean, all of the entertainment people, whether they're from sports and stuff, they were all going to social media.
Tell me how you can have a rookie player come out there and play above what you expected and win that game.
A fifth rounder.
How do you think that? How could that motivate a player? Like,
they're not looking to motivate him. I mean, look what the owner said.
They weren't planning for him to play like that.
No, they thought he was gonna stink it up. Shit, if you saw, it was people coming unblocked, and he step over, set, and get rid of the ball.
The poise he's showing, man.
Yes, he ain't look like no rookie. Period.
He looked like he'd been in the league for 3-4 years.
Yeah,
because of the pedigree.
Look like his dad's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Correct. Like he got good genes, like that jeans commercial.
The one thing I was saying, him playing for it, a lot of that was instinctive. Like he just know, like, okay, this dude coming. Okay,
if I step over here, I can get this.
Step over here, I can get this throw off. That type of stuff.
The irony of it is Prime raised him like a Bob Hambert, rest his soul. Meaning, son, we're not going to have you flushing out of the pocket and just running. I'm going to make you a prototypical, accurate quarterback who can process what's going on out there, who can read defenses. He did that, sent him to all the camps. This dude ain't running around there like what they try to say other quarterbacks do. What they do try to say is he holds the ball too long.
Right there. At Colorado, they weren't giving him enough credit for that.
Correct.
Being a pocket quarterback. They were not giving him enough credit for that.
In the league, he took off running one time, and everybody's like, "God damn, he's motherfucking move."
Yeah, we didn't know he was athletic. I'm like, his daddy is Deion Sanders. What's wrong with you?
Because he didn't have to. He could fake up to the line and to
he got confidence in that arm.
At Colorado, when you watch those games or see the highlights and hear commentators after the games, they were rarely saying, this guy is NFL ready. Look at his presence in the pocket. Look at how he's back there.
They won't say that, but they'll say it for Tyson Dart.
They just won't.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a young Steve Young. Except Steve Young was a lefty. That's the only difference.
Steve Young was a little faster. He's a little faster though. Allegedly. He's faster. He used to.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying as far as on the football field, he used to. Steve, he was a running quarterback. He could scramble.
Yeah.
He had to run though early in his career. He wasn't as accurate as this dude.
And
he got a little accurate, a little bit more into his career, but.
Yeah, when he got behind that San Francisco offensive line, get a little bit more accurate too. Yeah.
And that coach, that offensive genius, he was playing behind.
Bill Walsh.
But yeah, Shedeur though, like this is really like I try not to get into it. But when I saw this, and I saw what y'all was talking about too, after the game when he went to the media dude, they said the media dude said something to him first, but they were trying to make it look like he ran up on the media dude. The media dude actually approached him first, and then he responded, and he was smiling the whole time. It's like everything this guy does is wrong.
It was, to be honest, he wasn't. I mean, he was like pleasant in what he said, and there's no way that anybody could have took that wrong. He was like, "Hey man, how come you never say anything positive?
Yeah, he was smiling.
Anything. Every time you report on me, it's always something
It's negative.
So y'all think this is more to do with Dion than it has to do with him?
It is deep rooted.
It's
They've
got to
been trying to
be.
put him in his place for 2 generations
It's
now.
deep rooted in the hate they had for Dion because of his bravado. But he was too damn good. Too damn good for it to matter.
It's hard to believe that they're taking this collusion, this hate for Prime, the disdain for. Well, actually, I was thinking about it this morning. They're trying to teach you copper-coated people a lesson. Yeah, you won the lottery once with your dad, but there's no way you're going to win it twice, and definitely you're not going to win it 3 times with his son and his other son playing in the NFL at the same time. So I think we know it was collusion. We know it was collusion, but to take it to the level that you're going to collude all the way through preseason, all the way through the draft, all the way until this kid is starting every week, and then you're still going to have something negative to say about him. It's unbelievable. It's unfathomable.
So why
how
would they
this
not
is
like Archie?
allowed to go.
Why would they not like Arch, the kid at Texas? I mean, he's got a dad that's got swagger.
He's drop dead gorgeous.
Please, they not.
Those his uncles.
Hey,
those are his uncles.
His dad didn't make this.
His dad is Cooper. Yeah, that's right. His dad is
They're
Cooper.
They're not going.
Yeah,
Dad's a nice guy too.
And they I think they had them back off because they wanted to go at him, and I think Cooper had them back off from him. But
and quite honestly, the Mannings, Peyton wasn't no. I mean, Peyton was a fiery dude.
Yeah,
he was not no weak stick. He was a fiery dude.
All of the dogs are.
It's just that for whatever reason, I still to this day can't understand why they hated on Prime so much. It was, I mean, again, his bravado.
Yeah,
he talked. Even when he was in college, you see him with the gold chain, but that's just his personality, who he was.
Same thing with his son. They saying his son shouldn't have came in the preseason game wearing the legendary chain, but he wore it and he balled out. So Self Luv has said he could care less about dudes painting their fingernails, what their proclivities are. And same thing, if you're balling out, you're balling out. You know what I'm saying?
If that's who you are,
you plan to ball out,
and your personality, if that's who you are, there's nothing wrong with that. If
and
that's
he's just
who you
being
are in
who
that
he
personality.
is. And they're saying that they have a problem with who he is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
They're not ramming none of this other great stuff he's doing, all the community work he's doing, all the people he's helping. They're not ramming that like they're ramming the lie that he came to the pre-draft meetings unprepared and wearing headphones. Come on, man.
Those are.
Are we supposed to believe that?
Those are systemic, bullshit comments that they put on a lot of black players. In all of the different sports, coming into their leagues, or even when they're in the league, you'll start hearing them put rumors out there to try to trash them so they can't go be a free agent and get paid. You know, man, it's just stuff we got to deal with.
Jelly Druzy said, "Cry more, little dude." I don't know what they're talking about there. We probably should have been paying attention. Warren G says, "Salute, Warren G." All right, I don't know if that's the one who made Regulators. And then we got Melon Smasher says, "Shedeur, divine opportunity. Looks like an old school brother in the pocket. They done messed up and gave him an opportunity. No one can close this door on him now. God gave him the opportunity. And I was going to mention that, his proclivities, and their connection with the Creator. Smart decisions and accuracy, a calmness and coolness. Shedeur can do everything Purdy can do. He was attempting to connect with that Cleveland sports blogger. That's just his style. Very outgoing, friendly, like Magic Johnson, friendly person who can connect with anybody. They misreading Shedeur because he's different than other quarterbacks.
And here's the one good thing that he's going to have on his side. As much as that staff, he already got that, but as much as that staff or the upper management may try to hate on him, the fans are behind.
Correct. That's crazy.
They behind him. So,
but they don't care. They proved that with Justin Fields.
The
fans was behind Justin Fields. The league.
Yeah, but that was here. This is there. And if you go and put somebody else, let's say who they start, whoever, right? And it ain't him. Man, do you know what kind of them fans is gonna be like? Hey, man, if this dude have a bad game, hey, what are you waiting on? Let him.
And if they cut him, fans gonna go crazy.
Boy, they'll really go. They'll really go.
They're not gonna count. This is a town that made them be able to keep the name when an owner moved the team, right?
Oh, yeah.
Modell. You're talking about?
Art Modell.
No, I thought that was the Colts.
Love football, huh?
Oh, maybe Modell was the Colts.
Well, it was it was the Colts and the Ravens. It was like a
Ravens Modell.
I forget exactly what happened, but the Browns, something was with their owner too.
The Browns had moved to another town.
Yeah,
it was the Browns and the Ravens.
Yeah,
and the Ravens are the Browns, and they bought the team and moved the team, and the town was like, "Fuck that! We're gonna have football, and it's gonna be the Browns."
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
What happened?
Well,
you're right.
I'm gonna say this about Shedeur. All the typical things they try to say about your quarterbacks, your copper-coated quarterbacks, they can't say about him. So they're pulling things out of their ass. The only thing I've heard them say about his game, negative, is that he holds the ball too long. And there was a time, y'all, and I'm old enough in football lore to know this, where that was called poison the fucking pocket. Where that was called, look how he stands in there, that's tough. Do you know what I mean? Where that was called like he you know what I mean? And he's standing in there.
Brett Favre out there.
Yeah.
He stands in there.
Yeah.
Stands in there.
Gunslinger.
Yeah, he stands in there. He's trusting that offensive line. Yeah.
Who was the quarterback?
Yeah, but
you just said that, it reminded me of something. I was watching the breakdown of what's the dude from the Giants, Dart.
Yeah.
The one I told y'all don't believe in him because I've seen him when it's clutch situations, he gonna fail you every time.
Yeah.
They were breaking it down, showing him like he's in the pocket and he lets it go prematurely to avoid the pressure, incomplete, or bounce off a defender. He's like, if he waits a half a second more and lets him develop a little bit, he's got a wide open guy. And that's something that you don't hear them say enough. You always hear them saying, oh, this guy holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Melon Smasher said, Ben Roethlisberger. He used to hold that ball. Flacco used to hold that ball.
Oh, Roethlisberger did it. Oh, my God. He done it a lot.
Yeah, one thing about Roethlisberger, he people could drape off this guy. And he was big as hell. He could
fall off of him, wouldn't
he?
Whether he was raping you or throwing the ball, you couldn't get off of him.
Man,
I'm glad he brought up Big Ben though, because I mean, can you imagine if Shedeur had the proclivities and the accusations against him?
Shit, Patrick Mahomes was one of the people that held the ball. It might have been the longest last season.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, now his receivers, they wasn't. They were going. A couple of them was getting hurt. He never had like that full staff of receivers healthy at one time.
Bro, they don't even call Pat Mahomes smart.
And his line was hot garbage too last year for the most
generation.
They don't
And he
even
still
call
made
Pat.
it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They don't even call Pat Mahomes smart. If you
Right.
listen to these
No,
commentators,
they don't.
they
They
don't.
don't.
Lucky.
You're right. Shit,
He's
I mean,
talented. Look at that sidearm pass.
generational. It's got
Uh-huh.
all the arm talent.
Yeah.
You know who I heard call him smart? Probably the smart Tom Brady. I listened to that before I got in the house tonight. He was talking about him. He was like, oh, Patrick Mahomes now. What he does and this. Oh, the guy's so smart.
Because he knows Pat Mahomes beat him in that playoff game when they cheated. And then that's the only game when Pat Mahomes was supposed to have that chip. They gave it to Brady.
Yeah, you're right. They don't hardly ever say that about Mahomes.
No. And I guarantee you, if he was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, that'd be the first thing out their mouth about him.
Oh, he's smart. He's so smart.
Yeah.
He's half drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to go into some final words, but I want to see what y'all did about this poll, bro. I don't know if y'all voted on it. The link's in the chat. We got a poll up here.
What was the question?
I'm going to it now. It says the NFL, well, football, not NFL, football in the United States has racial undertones. The options are false, true, or maybe you're rubbing your bum on the fence.
Oh no, that's a
definitely
what's
true.
The fist with a solid? That's a true. All day. All day.
So right now, 0% have said false. 0% are rubbing their bum on the fence, and 100% of the respondents have said true. So I'm assuming that's Brother Wordsmith and myself as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't actually put in there.
Yeah.
Though.
Right.
Yeah, I voted on the poll.
Yeah, it's in the chat. I'll put a link in there now so we can get your voice. It helps with the algorithm too, Diesel. Hit that thumbs up on the thing too. I just dropped it in there. All right, Ace, go ahead with your final words on anything we discussed, and then I'll throw it to Diesel.
Yeah, I mean, my final words are: we see the racial undertones in football every time you turn on the television. Every time you see the commercials for the drop dead gorgeous quarterbacks versus the fast, speedy guys out there running at quarterback. And it's got to change. I mean, you're looking at a league where probably starting this year, you're going to have over 50% of the team starting with a copper-coated quarterback or someone with melanin in their gene pool. So, hey, NFL, get with the times. I know you're billionaire owners, billionaire bad boys club don't want to let the any good old boys into their group to be NFL owners, but you're at a point where I think you want to expand some more, and we need more owners than just players. We need more GMs than just players. We need more of the people that represent your product owning these teams, directing these teams, being presidents of organizations, and having a say at the table. So my final word is NFL, get with the program. You know, your good old boys club is getting older, and it's eventually is going to change. But you might as well be the catalyst and be a voice of change when you have an opportunity to do it while you're living. That's my final word.
Great final words. And before you pop out, can we get a bear down and or a FGB there, fella?
Bear down. Be ready for Sunday night football this week. It is preseason, but we're only a month away from Monday Night Football, the Chicago Bears. But bear down and definitely FGB to the highest level of F-ivity. And I think we're going to get Diesel to say it tonight.
Maybe if we win a Super Bowl, you'll get Diesel to say it.
No, he's going to say it this season.
Hey, I appreciate you, Ace. All right, Diesel, pop out for your final words there, fella.
I'm going to piggyback off of Ace in the Hole. So this is a trend that I don't think we've been realizing. So as of 2020, the NFL had 57% black in the NFL. As of 2023, 53.5%. I don't know what the percentage was last year, but that's a dip.
They doing it like baseball.
And I think we kind of spoke about this on the show before, where every different sport, from grammar school to high school, it's like all of this money that you got to pay to participate.
And it ain't even just sports. They move us. They bring people from overseas to play us in movies and TV shows and act all that.
Everything. But
them people ain't even from here. And
politicians, all that.
And then I looked up referees. As of now, here's what's weird, because that percentage I just read y'all, because then it says that nearly 70% of the NFL players are black, which go figure.
Yeah, that's the number I always hear, 67%.
Yeah, but look up specific years, like what's the percentage, and it'll tell you. Now, they say 28% of NFL officials are black, right? And as of 2024, let me see where I'm going with this, and that's been 8, 19. And so you got, my point is that if you've got at least half of your players, so we'll just roll with this, for the sake of this conversation, half are black, the players. That should be half referees, any officials, any people covering the game, half of them should be black, right?
You mean the colored commentators should be colored?
Half of them. If you're covering the game, whether it's sideline reporter or the people up in the booth calling the game, half should be black at a minimum.
What would white people do then? Jimmy the Greek was talking about that years ago. Like
that's my whole point. If you've seen, let's say you turn into your game on Sunday, and you see the commentators, two black guys, which I don't think they got a thing in the NFL where you got the person calling and then the sidekick there, where it's two black guys. I don't think it exists.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't think it exists. And even if they got a third wheel, two of them ain't gonna be black and the other one white.
Even in our local media that be at those press conferences at Hallis Hall, only one or two of them black.
Yeah, it just don't happen. So, and I'm saying all of this to say that there should be more pressure from, and really the only thing we have is the players that's in a position to put that kind of pressure, to have that influence for people in these positions, to, and the way that society will reverse it, they'll try to say, oh, well, they're not, they weren't the best qualified. That's the type of talk that you'll hear. We want the most qualified individual, as if people of color are not. So we don't want to go by that. If the majority of your people in that sport, there's no reason you shouldn't have a lot of people in these other positions covering the sport.
But you gotta be concerned with your fan base. You gotta look at what percentage of the people buying the tickets, those expensive ass tickets, the people watching these games, what percentage of them are non-copper color?
They gonna watch it regardless. They did it with the
don't
NBA.
know.
They did it with the NBA. The NBA was nothing. And then when they influxed with all of the brothers and they became stars, they were paying top dollar.
But the people calling the game, the coaches and all that, the refs, they're still white.
Now, if you really look at it, there's more black commentators for the NBA than it is in the NFL.
And the NBA's fan base ain't as white as you might think it is. It's a lot of foreigners. It's a lot of blacks. It's a lot of whites. Don't get me wrong. Still
Well,
majority white.
it's
not as white as the
in
NFL fan base.
Yeah, in recent years, they've included more
a lot of white
Europeans and stuff like
two
that.
of the top players.
Yep, Europeans.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
in recent
in baseball,
years.
it'd be a lot of Japanese and
I mean, goddamn.
But it blew up
Hispanics
off of all of the other black folks that they
Yes,
had,
of course,
in the league, and
absolutely.
and then they trickle us out.
I've seen a few commentators for NBA games
Definitely got
where
us
they're
out of
both
baseball.
where there are two black folks covering the game. I've seen it in the NBA. I ain't seen it in the NFL.
No, and you never will.
You do see that in NBA.
Yeah, you see it quite a few times. I've seen it
often.
But
you won't see it in
usually,
baseball.
Usually they both players, ex-players, and then it's somebody that a commentator that is not, and they never played. He probably didn't play in grammar school. They probably got destroyed in grammar school.
Yeah,
heck, baseball, you don't hardly see Hispanic guys covering the sport. And
you don't. You're right.
They probably got a majority in baseball now. But yeah, I say all of that to say that, I think that the players in the NFL need to, because they're the only ones
outspoken.
they're the only ones with the real power. They're the only ones with the real power.
But that's not going to happen, bro. I hear you, and I hate to be negative.
They got to start somewhere.
They got too much to lose. Self Love made the point earlier. It all comes down to that money. They're making a lot of money, and those NFL careers are like 3 years. And you see what happens when you rock. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over.
You got to make a stance somewhere, sometime.
They'd all have to collude. But
it doesn't have to necessarily be collusion. It comes when you negotiate your collective bargaining.
How did that work out for Curt Flood?
Colin Kaepernick. All of
them. It worked out better for everybody after Curt Flood, for sure. But
when they do collective
that's what you're
bargaining,
asking, though.
No, when they go to collective bargain, their agreement when the players and the NFL talk about those contracts, that's when you can say, "Hey, listen, man." The same way that they ended up getting the NFL to get the Rooney Rule, which we know was garbage, but they put pressure on them, and they came up with that rule to make sure.
But most of the players' union, 40% of them ain't black. So, you know what I mean?
But you know what? Although 40% aren't black, I bet you at least 15 to 20% of them support them black folks.
What you're saying? Maybe they're progressive. I got to say
because they came up with them. They came up with them, so they've got a real tight.
Maybe came up with them.
I mean, I'm talking about football wise.
Yeah, in the locker
most of them probably came up, definitely in college and some of the high schools too. Not as much, but
no, it just depends.
So
I mean, great point. I mean, great point. Great point. I can't argue with that. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, that's it for me, man. I seen y'all on, and then I was like, oh damn, they've been on this long. When I tune in and I'm sitting there texting you, and you ain't looking. I'm like, hey man, look at your damn phone. You ain't looking at your phone.
Boy, that's why when I texted y'all and said pull up, but if y'all want to pull up, let me know in the chat. That's why I was saying let me know in the chat, because I don't be looking at my phone during the show.
Yeah, but then I put that in the chat, and you hadn't looked at that.
Yeah, it took a minute.
What the hell is he doing?
He put it in the second time before he.
It took a minute. It did take a minute, but I still ain't looked at my phone, bro. But appreciate you pulling up. And these, can we get a bear down and or a FGB out of you there, fella?
No, he ain't getting either one of them, and I ain't bearing down. I want to bear.
What are you gonna say? Go Bears!
I want the offense to blow up. That's what I want to see.
We're not
I
gonna
ain't
get a
worried
bear
about
down or a FGB out of you,
bear
bro?
down when the season starts. Still preseason. I want the offense to look the part.
This guy.
Whole
Yeah.
first half, I want him to play.
You see what he's the reason why I didn't go to Chicago Simeon. Guys like him.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to come to Simeon. You know, Eisenhower.
Wow.
The Eisenhower was our ops in sports.
The hallowed grounds. Every time we played Simeon, I was away at basketball camp. We used to play y'all in the Morris tournament. Our coach used to have us in a lot of situations. That's why the year after I graduated, they went downstate.
Eisenhower used to have a squad.
Yeah, they was preparing.
Those middle 80s, early 80s,
You talking about Mike Wormley and all them? Yeah, most of our guys never made it through senior year because they get in proclivities. You know what I mean? And our coach didn't know how to harness.
It was never like an easy game. Whenever I seen we had to play Eisenhower.
Yeah, he didn't care. He was just sifting through players. He didn't care.
If you was there and you could do it, cool. But he wasn't.
Yeah,
he didn't care.
He wouldn't
about
pop up at your
people.
house and say, "Hey, why you wasn't at school today?" You know what I mean? Like Tory might do. You know? Yeah, he didn't care about. He didn't care about the players. No. He's a dog.
This was a good subject y'all had tonight. So.
Yeah, appreciate you popping in, my brother.
All right, y'all. Stay fresh.
Love,
peace and blessings,
respect.
my man.
Much.
All right, later,
bro. Thank you.
All right, we got Diesel. We had Ace in the building. That's always wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, bro. You had anything to add as we closing out?
Nah, you already know.
All right. The views expressed in today's pod were those of the host, the guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any sponsors or affiliates. As we close this chapter on the football's unspoken playbook, remember that the game we see on Saturday, Friday, and Sundays is only part of the story. Behind every dazzling touchdown and bone-crushing hit lies a network of decisions shaped by biases, tradition, and power. Recognizing how racism seeps into scouting reports, draft rooms, and executive suites is the first step towards dismantling it. Shedeur Sanders, a draft day tumble, may have captured headlines, but it's emblematic of a much larger pattern, one that sidelines countless copper-colored athletes and coaches before they even get a fair shot. When raw talent and proven leadership aren't enough to shatter old narratives, we know the system itself is rigged. Exposing these patterns isn't about pointing fingers at one team or one team owner. It's about demanding accountability from an entire institution. Your voice as a fan, listener, and advocate matters. Whether you're questioning draft rhetoric, they come out there and they take your shirt off and they do your measurements. It's like a slave auction. Or on social media or supporting grassroots efforts to diversify coaching staffs, early conversation chips away at the walls of exclusion. Change happens when we refuse to look the other way, when we refuse to celebrate only what the league narratives tell us to celebrate, and instead uplift the voices and stories silenced in the shadows. So let this be more than a pod episode. Let it be a call to action, to challenge the narrative, to hold the NFL's decision makers responsible, and to rewrite the playbook so talent, not the color of one's skin, determines success in America's game. Because until opportunity is truly equal, no victory on the field can ever be complete. Till next time, keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your heart ready for the unexpected. Be discerning and keep that third eye tuned. The Self Love Show is more than a mic and a mood. It's a mirror to the mind. Trust your instincts, love your thoughts, and never stop decoding narratives. Also, love yourself and everyone around you deeply. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. Silence is violence. Continue questioning everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. peer down those rabbit holes, but use caution and discernment. And do your own research, because when you stare down into the abyss, well, the abyss stares right back into you. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right. So we did have a dome teaser nobody saw but Brother Wordsmith. We will get that to you guys. Okay. All right. Why is this in the way? Okay. All right. We'll get away from that and just go up
You
here.
had to pick it, yeah.
Yeah, I clicked on it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well. All right. We'll just find it over here. Okay, the dome teaser is I wear a helmet and a crown. Jeered when I run, judged when I frown. My stats may shine, my record may gleam. Yet I'm doubted more than I'm deemed. Brother Wordsmith, what did you matriculate on that?
Quarterback.
That's right. Quarter black is correct. Once again, the Riddler has solved the riddle. Yeah, next week, bro, I got to reach out, man. We do have a guest musician. He's from GI too, out here in LA. And I just need to reach out to him.
Okay.
Musician.
What's going on with Trey?
I ain't talked to Trife Mac. It'd be nice to get Trife Mac back. Yeah, so I just got to, be on my shit. You know how it is, man. Been grinding, bro. Been grinding. No
For
excuses,
sure.
though.
For
I just
sure.
need to be
I
on
ain't
my shit.
asking for an excuse. I just want to put them back in your mind so we can get them on. Get them in
100%.
line.
100%. Trife Mac, where's he from? The Manners. Jeffrey Manners' finest, huh?
Love, honor, respect. He was South Shore. He was man.
Yeah.
At my origin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got I always liked his style, his music style, hip hop style. His flavor. All right. And then Sunday, man, y'all saw the two of the co-hosts popped up today. Mouthpiece Included. That's where we cover spolly tricks, the fusion of spots, politics, and everything in between. It's an open panel. We dropped the link in the chat and you can pull up. But if you do pull up,
now you better not forget your mouthpiece. But you can get all wet.
that's right. Trolls get hoes around here. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
This is not a debate show, but you better have your chops ready if you going on mouthpiece, because woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be coming up there just spewing nonsense. I think we're gonna lay down and take it. Yeah. All right. So we got my favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's Wordsmith's final words out there.
Man, the NFL stand for niggas forever in line. Can't get to the front, it's very hard to find. Because these owners have been owning for a long time, boning the whole situation, performing. Like, how long the Bears own their team? Early 1900s. They set the gleam. Do you know what I mean? And it's all the teams. So really, they don't pass hands. They pass it down to their family. So it's a bunch of good old boys got a lot of us running around on the field like toys. Millionaires that make millions upon millions. Higher and higher as the TV contracts cause extensions. But if they paying them hundreds of millions, what are they making? A lot of pork. They bring home the bacon. And I will never say that I'm hating, but I look how most of their lives have been shaping. Where they got their original dough, and it was off the back of my people. Man. They used the verbiage to treat us like a hoe and expose us to things we didn't even know. They started with our young people. Taught them they family didn't even know who they are. You're not supposed to believe that you're so-called Indian, Choctaw, Cherokee, and I'm no pretendian. Ascension is what we've been going through. And I'm telling you, the NFL has been holding us back from showing you. You can watch with the greatest of ego, but see it for what it is. It's not really all the way for our people. These are the extraordinary circumstances of earning potential. Most of us are locked down, and it's easily put together by the system as this instrumental, detrimental. And it's showing us that they racist as hell, and they don't care about us. It's blatant as hell. We need to come together. We have to come together. But everybody can't come together. It's a percentage that we need, the 13%. And everybody else will see and join on. You can use y'all dodo. Y'all should join on. Words.
Words. Appreciate y'all. If y'all can hear our voice, like, share, subscribe, repost this link. Appreciate everybody. Karen, take us away.
Self-love, honor, and respect.
Free the guys.
Do you think you are the one? Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? Latin means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I
Go myself.
The wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I
Grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole
my health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
in the code and all the scriptures, potions and elixirs.
Come on, Karen. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed. Ego. Fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. As I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see.
Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spinning at your average hard here to bring you back to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, because hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Floyd.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro?
Got mine.
Same, man. Stop snitching on y'all-self. Take school seriously.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't.